You could also set a precedent.
Precedent.
You can also set the president.
This is why you need to read, chits. Look, it's me the popcorn read right now. I'm cooked.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Jam. It's Liberation Day.
Happy Liberation Day.
Happy Liquidation Day.
Happy Liquidation Day.
April 2nd.
The economy is gonna crash. It's JJ, Allen, AB, and Matt, the way it always is. How y'all doing today?
Doing great, bro. Ready to spend $50 on some eggs, on some...
Yeah, 15 on some eggs.
Yeah.
100 on some gas.
Yeah.
What else is expensive?
Like a 90 million on some bacon.
90 million. Bro, bacon is really expensive.
100 billion on my AC and my electricity. It's
Bro,
done.
it's
Driving
done.
back home, we see $4.80 for gas.
Yeah,
this
$4.80.
is
Yeah,
silent.
it was
No,
premium, but like the regular gas is now
Regular
$4
gotta
where
be
we
like,
say it, too.
regular's $4 now.
And that does not seem any, it doesn't seem like that's going to slow down because they said that today's supposed to be Liberation Day. Trump's going to announce some tariffs later today. Actually.
Liberation
So,
Day.
I don't know how that's
Liberation
That
Liberation
name
Day.
is wild.
That's wicked. Or
It's a wild
It makes
name.
sense.
But before we get into everything, we got a jam-packed show once again for y'all. We're going to be talking about Ye again, unfortunately.
Oh my God.
But it's necessary because, oh my gosh, what we've been experiencing the last week has been insane.
Yeah, crazy.
We got stories about the fashion world, specifically. What? I'm going to let you introduce.
developing personal style. Getting people fly.
Because some of y'all been asking this man, trying to pick his brain.
Yeah, and we be,
asking.
and
We
I
be
ain't gonna lie.
seeing.
We be seeing some
And
of
I've
y'all
been seeing
fits.
y'all profiles.
Absolutely. We
Oh,
gonna
We got some work to do.
Got some work to do for
Let's
real.
lock in.
we gonna talk about Marvin Sapp.
The Marvin Sapp of doom.
Bro.
And then on top of that, we also gonna talk about a bunch of stuff that's happening in the political world. We got so much stuff. We got Greenland. We got
Jesus, man.
we got
Cory
Cory
Nam.
Booker. Everyone, it's been crazy.
Susan.
And then we got
Susan.
then we got an
Susan.
update for y'all on all the stuff that's been happening with deportations and everything coming for the doom of the day. Then we gonna respond to more of y'all comments. Like we said, leave that comment with hashtag JaamTalks. But before we get
We
to
read
everything,
all of them.
We do.
Like, we read all of
Literally
them.
every comment
In the
we
comfort
read.
of our home.
We will read every single comment.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Like. Comment with Jam Talks.
Uh-huh.
Everything.
Everything.
Wait, you think you're going to watch this and not share?
Yeah.
Are you stupid? Share this video. Lock in.
What do you say?
We don't mean that. We don't mean that.
I mean every word.
But like, yeah, lock in. We got a lot of stuff to cover up top besides the fit check,
Yeah,
which y'all
quick-
told us
quick
that we
fit
can never
check.
forget again.
Yep.
Let's start in I don't know what is that AJAM format.
Yeah. What we doing? AJAM or?
We
Ajam
starting
is
with you,
All right,
so we gonna
then.
figure it
Okay,
out.
Cool. So we got a little light bomber jacket from where did I get this from? H&M, I think.
Yep.
Got the Travis Scott tee. Got
Okay.
the Honor to Give pants from Westbrook.
Even though he just
Even though
sold
he
the
just sold the
game.
game.
We saw that. We saw that.
We saw that.
Man.
You vampire. I'm sorry. Keep you
Why is he a
Vampire.
vampire?
There's context.
And
to
then
that,
we
but
got the J Balvin.
Bro, those are so
Those are
are
still tough.
Those are so
Those are
crazy.
still
Beautiful.
tough. Alan, discuss
Hold
the
on,
wardrobe,
let me move
man.
the mic for real. Y'all gotta peep.
We got
game.
the Browns
First off,
of Doom.
We got the Browns of Hell. First off, we got the little military like brown jacket.
hard. Where'd you
Keeping,
get
like,
that
new
from?
cop.
Oh, that's
That's
hard,
tough.
bro. That's
Okay.
hard.
Got some pants, like some little like wax joints.
With-
got some
with
loafers
penny
on,
loafers
with
pennies
with
on
the little,
it.
with the little chain.
With the
Y'all-
chain.
Stop playing.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas ain't talking.
Go ahead, Matt.
You know, looking like a fucking milk dud. Got the brown tech with the crash sign, you know.
Brown.
Dub.
Chain out.
Chain out, hold on.
Yeah, the different lace colors. One green, one black.
Yeah, one green, one
Hard.
black lace.
Hard.
You know what I'm saying? My
We
nigga
know,
AB.
we know we're matching colors, so please in the comments don't call us fucking crunch bars.
Yeah, we do look like a fucking crunch.
I like how it complements the couches.
Yeah, I
but,
know
you
we look like fucking brownies.
Today I got the veil tee, you know what I'm saying, little chain type thing. I wear the same jewelry in every episode. I understand. You know, some silver regime on the legs and something.
And
You know, something slight.
I feel like that's the best jewelry stack though.
Yeah, I think my
have
favorite.
to get
That's
that.
hard.
Those pants. That shit is hard.
Yeah.
bro.
Pants is hard. These
I'm finna
dunks
get an
are
infinite
crazy.
like amount of these. Yeah.
Yeah, dunks are crazy.
Yeah,
Appreciate
dunks.
it. But yeah, let's begin. Let's start like updating everybody on stuff. We had a hectic week right before today. It always happens like that. The first 3/4 of the week will be nothing, and then the last 2 days before we got to come in and film this, everything will hit the fan. Cory Booker, senator from New Jersey, stood up for 25 plus like straight hours.
I don't think we're deeping how nuts that is.
Yeah, like
I be thinking about
I can't stand for like
10
hours. 25 hours.
I be thinking about like my stream.
Yeah.
And I remember like for the 24-hour stream I did, we talked for a while. We probably talked like 8, 9, 10 hours out of that whole stream. 25 hours straight. And mind you, I'm thinking he's just like rambling about like people's days and shit. No, he's speaking like in a speech.
Because
25 hours.
The context of that, I don't think there's been, so what a filibuster is pretty much when in the government, when they want to hold up the Senate from like passing something or moving forward on something, anybody can just get up and talk, but you have to keep talking and maintain the floor for as much time as possible. That's how long you get to hold it up. There's no timer on it. So they hadn't.
Hold on. If I'm correct, there was no bill, right?
No, there was no bill. Yeah, there was. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we were talking about it. There was no bill going through that he was stopping like to go through. He just did it because it was
so there was nothing. He's just on
It's just a filibuster because he just held up Congress from what they were doing because all the senators were there. He was like, "Yeah, we ain't doing shit."
Wait, they can't leave the building?
No.
Holy
Everybody in there.
just on some. There's no. Say I'm eating my Jimmy John.
You know I'd be slumped.
Yeah,
bro.
so that was the first time they had any.
Shout out him though.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
W. That was the first time
man.
they had any filibuster, I believe, since like 2016. And like you said, usually like you could do anything as long as you're talking. So I remember Ted Cruz horrible.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ted Cruz talked for 21 hours.
No, he did one, and he for like 21 hours, and he was reading from like Dr. Seuss and Shakespeare and shit just to like fill the time. Cory Booker for 25 hours straight was saying straight like substance.
If I had to listen to Ted Cruz, like read Dr. Seuss to me for 21 hours,
Fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Like,
I'm gone.
I'm not listening.
Green
Nothing with
eggs
the
in hand.
but
You're gonna piss me off.
but Cory Booker, he passed Strom Thurmond's record for the longest filibuster of all time.
Inform the people who Strom Thurmond.
Strom Thurmond was an adamant segregationist who was serving in like throughout the civil rights movement, who was filibustering to stop the passage of the Civil Rights Act.
Yeah.
So
he don't like
stood up
niggas
for 24 plus straight hours.
So
we
wait,
didn't.
hold on.
Yes.
So he was up there for 24
saying
hours
how he don't like
arguing
niggas.
about how he don't like niggas.
He said because the black.
That's
yes.
like hatred goes a long
hatred
way.
goes a deep rooted.
You know what I don't get, bro?
What?
Some of these white people, you know what I'm saying, they have Alzheimer's, right? They forget their mom name, their dog name, their brother
They
name.
forget how to piss. Everything.
They see a nigga instantly. I hate that.
You have to really do
Bro, you will be 90 years old. You don't remember where you put your fucking underwear. You see a nigga. You remember? Gang, I was at the DMV yesterday. I was at the DMV yesterday. Nigga, I thought a giraffe walked in that bitch. I walked in the DMV. I was in a really like white neighborhood just because the one close to where we was, like, there was no appointments. I walk in, bro. They was bro, shaking and shit. Like, they will look at you. No, they will look at you as if like you are
like an alien.
An alien, bro.
Genuinely.
That is always going to
That
be
man
there. That's
held
crazy.
down that Senate position until he was like 100 years old. He died in like 2000.
100 years of
He
hatred.
said 100 years of hatred. He said we're not going anywhere.
Shit.
But that was a really cool, impactful thing to see him do. It's symbolic, but I don't know if it's performative yet. There's a difference.
Yeah.
In the sense that like it represents, he wanted to break that record, and that's a good thing to break in the midst of this, but now it needs to be followed up with all types of action.
Exactly.
So, it remains to be seen what happens.
Performative could only go such a way, bro. Like 25 hours is straight
True.
passion. I'm gonna be
True.
honest.
That's
True.
fast.
There's
That's
no,
true.
you're not performing for 25 hours.
Yep.
And especially, like, I remember Matt, because I heard them talking about it in the morning, but I was like kind of like in and out of the conversation. And then he brought it up when we were in the car. I'm like, huh? Like, what you mean 25 hours just standing
That's
there?
what I was saying. Bro, you're not deeping that this man was talking for 25 hours straight.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
No
And he's
water.
actually making
Well, I don't know. He
sense.
probably
He
had
had a
water.
little
But like,
water, yeah.
no,
he
he ain't
can't-
piss. He ain't sleep. He ain't eat.
Yeah.
Bro,
No, and then apparently
25
I heard
hours straight.
the nigga like had like didn't eat, so he didn't have to like leave to use the bathroom.
Mind you, this is a crazy time for some shit to be happening in general,
Yeah.
but also with like Bro, there's so much shit going on everywhere.
so
The
much
shit with
shit.
Luigi that just happened.
There's so much shit going
Bro.
on. If y'all didn't hear what happened with Luigi, they are apparently trying. The Department of Justice was instructed to seek the death penalty for him. Mind you, he has not been federally indicted yet. He's still in trial and everything, and they don't have the death penalty in New York. So like the federal, so that's why like they don't usually recommend the death penalty in state crimes and everything like that. They said that, according to NBC, they were saying that James S. Liebman, who's a professor at Columbia, who researches death penalty cases, they said they don't usually offer like death penalty for like capital punishment for state crimes, and New York is one of the 24 states that doesn't have it. And the last time they recommended, federal prosecutors recommended the death penalty in New York was for someone named Sayfulo Saipov, who drove a pickup into Manhattan's Hudson River Park in 2017, killing 8 people.
That's wild.
So
Damn.
that's the standard.
Let's deep it. Now people are maybe asking like, well, what's the issue? Like allegedly he killed someone. Gang. Not to be that person.
Yeah.
But people die every single day. People get shot
Niggas die every day, B.
Niggas die every day, B.
ways.
Yeah. The only difference
is this nigga was a billionaire.
he wasn't a foreign
He was a billionaire.
dignitary. He wasn't a government official. He was a person with a lot of money who was head of a company.
Right.
And we're seeking the death
death
penalty
penalty
in a
for
state that doesn't even have the death penalty for
They
that
want-
Well,
crime.
why are we
example.
seeking the death penalty?
They wanna make
Bro,
an
they want to
example.
make
Want
an
to make
example.
want to
That's
make
the
it- yeah.
main point of the
They
conversation.
Mind
wanna
you,
make
we still have not heard a coherent healthcare proposal from the Republicans.
Yeah.
Nope, 15 fucking years.
Sure.
The healthcare
Concept
CEO
of a
gets
plan.
killed. CEO of a healthcare
Remember?
company who, mind you, was denying people claims
Yeah.
out the wazoo.
Oh,
for no
like
reason
a
to make
lot.
bread.
A lot.
And now we're talking about the death penalty.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
insane. That's going to be the first death penalty like pursued under the Trump administration.
And that's why,
Insane,
like,
bro.
as much
That's
as
symbolic.
you could make the conversation in a sense and be like, well, like he killed someone, like you said, but it's like you can see
Allegedly.
but you can see the intention of it. It's like, bro, they're trying to make an example of him. There's no just like, oh, we feel bad because he killed. No,
If someone
You
on
can
your
make a
block,
statement,
if
bro.
someone on your block killed someone and they grab the case, you think they'd seek the death penalty?
Yeah.
Ask yourself that.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
No.
There's a clear
Hell,
cut.
they might not even pick up the fucking case.
Yeah.
Yo,
Chances are,
to be
especially
honest,
like,
in New
to be
York,
honest,
Yeah,
a lot of cases
especially
go
in New York.
unsolved.
unsolved. This
now,
Yeah.
And the
now,
thing is,
what were you saying?
and the
Sorry.
thing is, it's like, bro, they're seeking the death penalty, right? Let's just say if it does happen, then what? Shit's not gonna change. They're
Yeah.
not gonna change any of the
Yeah,
policies.
the healthcare
that-
is still gonna be
It's
the
just
same.
still
shit.
saying,
Yeah.
it's crazy, bro.
It's wild.
There's,
It's insane.
there's crazy shit happening all over the place. We're gonna talk a little bit more about Chicago in a minute, but I want to briefly touch on the crazy week of sports that just happened in Chicago.
Bro.
It
I don't
started with
start.
Josh Giddey hitting a fucking half-court 3 to game the Lakers.
Game.
The
Bang
Cubs been going crazy. The
Half-court.
White Sox have actually had a good start too. Like I don't know what's happened.
Wild.
Bro,
Wait,
that-
White
well,
Sox doing good?
The White Sox pitching staff has been like immaculate to start the season. Mind you, they have
they-
nobody on that fucking team. I think they're like 2-1 or like 3-1.
What are the Cubs right now?
The Cubs
Whoa,
are-
whoa. Cubs just beat the Athletics 18 to
18.
fucking 3.
Bro, he was freaking
Frying them.
Because he turns on the game and he's like, yo, you want to watch this game? I'm like, yeah, I'm down. We look, I'm like, oh, it's like 4-0. It was like 4-0.
Yeah, it
I'm
was-
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
they
like, they
finna
gonna
blow
kill
him
him,
out. I was
yeah.
like, they gonna kill him. I'm not even worried about it.
18.
Wait a minute.
The
I didn't
Cubs-
think we was gonna kill him like that.
The Cubs just got like a new. He's not like one of the best catchers in the league, but they just got him. I think his name Carson Kelly. He hit for the cycle, which means that you hit a single, a double, a triple, and a home run in the
That's
same game.
wild.
Yo.
That's the first time that's happened for the Cubs since like 1996.
Holy
Damn.
Yeah, he popped the
Wait,
fuck
who
off.
came close?
Who?
Didn't Chris Bryant come close to doing that?
I think
before?
he did. Yeah, he came close. He had like 2 home. It was back in like 2016. He had like 2 home runs. He almost hit a single. He almost hit a cycle. But yeah, that's the first time that's happened in a minute.
You know, like
Yeah,
sports this week has just been
Messi's
bang.
coming to
Josh-
Chicago.
Messi's coming to Chicago in the next like.
Wait, who?
That's gonna be
Messi.
Messi.
Lionel Messi.
Yes,
Messi.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
what?
in here.
He's playing Chicago Fire on like
Yeah,
Chicago
'cause he
Fire
don't-
or
he
something.
plays for
Miami.
Miami.
Soldier
Shit.
Field.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Wow.
That's gonna be insane.
Chicago back on their back. Yeah.
Chicago.
Bulls it back.
Oh, and there's a loot crate from Call of Duty
I
in
saw
Chicago
that. It's
too.
right by the Apple store. It's a big
Really?
old loot crate. How did we
Yes.
not see it?
I didn't see that
Yeah,
shit.
we were over there like yesterday.
It's a
and we
big
didn't
ass
see it.
orange
Oh,
loot crate.
because we didn't walk past it. But I mean, we still drove
Did we
past it.
not?
We still
Oh,
no,
yeah,
we didn't walk
yeah,
past
we didn't walk
it.
past
We
it.
stopped
Yeah,
in that
we
middle.
stopped. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
bro, even
Fat ass
yesterday,
loot crate. Yeah.
Crazy.
Curry 50 something points.
Just that.
Wait,
I
he hit
forgot
50?
about that.
Curry had 52.
He had 52.
Bro, what is going on?
Bro,
He almost
Jokic had 61 and a triple-double.
Yes.
What is going on?
Yes.
With a triple double, bro. Something's
Curry
in the
almost
air.
broke the record for threes. He had like
Nuts.
12, and the record is like 14 in one
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
He almost broke
Nuts.
it. So
Josh
it's been
Giddey
nuts
banging half courts on LeBron. Like, nuts.
Kobe
Nut
White
ass
been
week.
playing like a demon.
Like
Josh
a
Giddey been
demon.
playing like a demon. I think Chicago back. Sports is back. But
Sports
Chicago-
back.
is back.
Sports is
Yeah.
definitely
Sports
back.
has been
For sure.
entertaining as hell.
But everything's been going crazy on every aspect. Let's get into officially the bag where we've been yapping for a
Before we do,
Nah, I feel like that's a
before we do though, we gotta give Susan.
Yes,
Bro.
I
Gotta
forgot
get
about
Fucking
that.
Susan.
Hey, Wisconsin, y'all showed out, man. W
Elon, you think you
Wisconsin.
can give niggas a million?
W
You think
Wisconsin.
How can you
think you can
spend
just pay?
over 10 mil on somebody and still lose?
And
You
still
spent
lose.
13 mil,
And lost.
gave 2 mil away at a raffle, signed the
And
check, was
still
on the
lose.
stage shaking hands, and still lost.
And that's so
And it wasn't
good,
even
bro.
close. By over 160K, y'all lost.
Because it shows there's still hope.
Oh,
It shows
yeah.
that people are still ready for this.
Yeah, it definitely says it shows that there's still hope. To those of y'all who don't know, we were just talking about in the last episode, Susan. I forget what her last name is. Is it Collins?
Crawford?
Crawford.
Yeah,
Susan
Susan
Crawford.
Crawford, yep.
She's running for to maintain her position on the Wisconsin Supreme Court against Brad Schimmel, who Elon Musk and Trump have personally picked to like win. So
Trump
they-
loyalist.
Yeah, Trump loyalists. They needed him so that they could like throw over democracy and all types of shit in Wisconsin, and they got blown the fuck out.
Good shit, Wisconsin. I'm
Good
proud
shit,
of y'all.
Wisconsin.
Especially because I
Yeah.
felt, didn't they like let us down recently?
Yeah,
It was
in
something
the
they did.
presidential election.
Yeah,
let us
they
down.
did.
They let Nas down, man. They
But
let
yeah.
Nas down.
Let Nas down. But yeah, so that was very good to see. All them millions of dollars that were spent from the oligarchs to buy that election did not fucking work, which shows what we got to do. And we also gonna talk about April 5th coming up, so we gonna
Yeah,
mention
true,
that
true,
at the
true.
end, just as a little thing, because there's supposed to be protests happening. So
Yeah.
But enough of the politics, enough of everything. I'm trying to figure out what this fashion shit been on. I'm trying to figure out what advice my nigga
How do I
Soho
put
got.
that shit
How do I
on,
put that
bro?
shit? If
How?
I wanted to, how would
Man,
how?
I'm going to tell y'all how y'all really put that shit on. So last episode, I really got into detail of kind of like the problem with kind of expressing yourself with other people and the judgment you get and the whole thing of you should let yourself be. And I think this episode, I want to get into how do you even get to that point? How do you develop it? And I'll give like
This nigga
personal
finna,
lore.
y'all need to pay
They
extra for
Don't
this.
have to pay
Let me
attention.
pay.
Hold on,
We're gonna
hold
put a
on.
paywall on this
Hold on.
episode. Nigga, the New York Times.
Make sure y'all
Lock in.
subscribe. This is
subscribe.
exclusive.
This is exclusive. You get to
Soho
hear.
Studio.
Soho from the mind of Soho. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna give kind of like personal lore of like how I developed my style because like as much as like I had cool pieces, nigga, I was wearing bullshit. Nigga, I was a Hollister
Hollister
polo.
demon.
So like really where it started off a couple years ago where I was kind of seeing more people and like honestly like TikTok really like helped me open up a little more because the shit that I did want to wear and the shit that I didn't know that was out there was just on TikTok. So I'm like, yo, like you can wear this shit? Like you can wear like streetwear with like a suit? What the fuck? Like I didn't know that was even a thing. So how I kind of even started to get into personal style because at first I was looking more so at pieces. I was looking at like different clothes. I was like, oh wait, like that's the thing. Like I didn't know they had like these type of wax jeans. Like I just didn't know. And
I know
I
this
think
existed either.
literally, and I think that was like so cool to me. And then the first thing I would kind of see was I would find like different like fashion like content creators and kind of flock to their pages and see what they were wearing, how they did it, understand like the proportions, understand like what shoes they would wear, like what made sense. Like you can't wear no Adidas with some fucking,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
can't try to be different like that. And I would like flock to it. And I think there was a good and a negative with it. When you find your content creator that you want to flock to, you honestly get put onto more game, you get put onto the fashion world and all types of shit. But I think the negative part of it is like you don't find your own personal style through it. If anything, you're copy and
Yeah, I was
pasting
gonna say
through that
trends.
person.
Copy.
Exactly,
Yeah,
trends. You're living through that person. So I think I started off with that way, and it took me a while to kind of like unprogram my brain because I'm looking at these creators. And I'm like, okay, this like this, right? I will look up certain fits and I'll have an idea of a fit in my head, but it'd be too similar to the creator I was looking towards. So I would have to kind of like undo it and I'd have to do piece by piece. And this is kind of the harder way, and I know it's a lot of work, but when it comes to this, it's practice, bro. Practice makes perfect when it comes to this fashion shit. So I will look at different pieces, be like, okay, this brown jacket, I'm like, I like it. So I'm just get it. And then I'll be like, okay, well, we'll go with the pants, right? What fits my body, right? Is it baggy? Is it loose? Kind of like what aesthetic do I want to go with, right?
I think sorry.
No, go ahead.
Cut you off, but I think genuinely finding out proportions. Like understanding proportions is one of the first things you have.
Proportions
to
is the first thing that's gonna.
First thing you have.
I feel
First thing.
like to your body, like, and that's where that personal style comes
That's
through.
one thing I had to figure out too, because I realized that my torso, like up here, is shorter than my damn legs.
Yeah.
So I can't like wear certain shit or I'll look like a fucking like.
Yeah, bro. I think my thing is, and I'm gonna say it, bro. My ass a little fat, bro. So it be. And look,
So you got
that nigga said it is.
No. Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
Pause.
Nah, but
There's no context that can be said, I guess.
yeah, it's one of them things where it's like you kind of got to just learn that proportions, bro. It's like I can't be in certain shit.
I will say, as a nigga, I weigh like 1.5 pounds on a heavy day.
Nigga wet.
So like when I wear like joggers, you know, the ones that be like tapered around the ankle. Like if the wrong shoe go with it, I'm looking like chicken legs. I look like Goofy and shit. Like so I had to like really peep like what pants come over like it like that's why I start wearing longer and like more baggy pants because it like looks better. But yeah, that's one of those things where you just get a feeling when you see that shit's off. Yeah, and you gotta listen to it.
And I think once because there's like certain things you need to understand before you can even buy the clothing. And proportions is the first thing. You need to understand what fits your body. You need to understand how like certain things should fit. Like if you have a jacket, like this is a crop jacket. If I have baggy jeans that are kind of going over the loafer, this should not be coming over here. Right. Like it should not be that fit of a jacket. You would look stupid. Over here. It should not look like that at all. Please don't do it on Friday. But you should understand that. Also, the second thing is you should understand color. You should understand what color looks good on you. You should understand what's your favorite color tone. And when it comes to matching colors, and I think this is the safest option, like getting into fashion and starting off, you could play it safe. But I think in order to get it faster, I think you should not play it safe. I think you shouldn't.
Yeah, you damn near jump into the deep end.
Exactly.
Jump into the deep end.
Like me, right? I have this kind of like brownish, but this is like more brown than this one. This is like a light brown. This is like a darker brown. Instead of just going brown on brown, say, like matching this tone, I'll have different variants of that same color. And then having like a black, it like matches it all together. So I think you should really understand. Exactly. And it makes the fit more fun instead of just a boring kind of like, I'll wear the Air Force Ones with a white jacket.
I will say like you're able to find, it's not much about, at least in my experience, it hasn't been much about like color matching as it is like what looks good to the eye, because a lot of niggas, when you tell them like match or like get the colors or whatever, they will do like, all right, black shirt, white pants, white shoes. That means you have to like experiment.
Like a fucking oyster.
Like a clam.
Yeah, nigga, no.
Yeah, and I'm starting to break out of it now, but usually what I would do is I would sandwich. Y'all know what
I used to do red all the time.
Black pants, red dot.
Exactly. And that's the most safest way you see most people have it. Yeah. But no, just experiment, try different shit, try the shit you want to, and everything will kind of fall out for you. You just need to understand kind of those main principles and then get into like looking at different pieces. Don't look at like, and then like go online and look at shit. Don't always go in like the store.
Pinterest or something.
Exactly.
I would definitely.
Thank you.
I would definitely say I had the best style and like I had the best style, I feel like, when I was shopping online more. I feel like as I've like switched to kind of in store places, one, I don't have the money to keep buying fucking designers, so but two, like it kind of like closes your mind to like shit, because you're only like walking in a Zara and seeing these like fast fashion instead of going out and like seeing all types of shit. And you're spending fucking $90 on bullshit.
I will say we've touched on that like positive aspect. Would you say there's like downsides to being on that social media, like at least pulling from trends initially? And what would you say like that downside can look like?
Oh, for sure. Get into that. But last thing, because he put it in my mind, men, young men, it is not gay to have a Pinterest. Please get Pinterest, bro. I'm telling you, Pinterest, in my opinion, Pinterest is better than the only thing about shitty about like Pinterest is the UI.
Yeah, the UI is dog
But when it
shit.
comes to seeing different fits and different aspects of people, like, bro, it's the best. It's better than Instagram. Yeah. For all the older people, I'm sorry. But yeah, please get Pinterest. Check it out. Check out different fits. And that's how you kind of get style.
But we're looking at Rocky.
We'll get into that. But the negative part of when it comes to following trends is, sure, you get to see different styles of shit you didn't know. And that's the good thing. But the bad thing is you don't really learn how to be yourself. You don't actually know what you want. You don't know what you like. It's kind of like listening to music that like other niggas kind of put you on. You're like, oh, I like this because they're listening to it. But in
Kai
actuality,
Cenat.
you don't even.
What do you say?
He said Kai Cenat.
Nigga got a stylist for everything.
For music, yeah. And it's like you don't even know what you like you don't even know what you want for real. And how can you express yourself when the only thing you see is other people wearing shit and you're like, I like that, but you don't even know if you like it for real. So I think the way to kind of bypass that is to just look at the pieces, not the styling of it. You be like, oh, I like that jacket. Pay attention specifically to that jacket. Don't look at everything and being like, oh, I need to wear this such and such.
Yeah,
No,
you don't have
because
to
that
have it
doesn't
all
fit you.
planned out in your head.
Exactly,
Like you can get a
don't.
piece of clothing that you really like and then work out a way over time to like fit it into a specific style. Like I have hoodies and shit that I would have never worn. That one fit that we did when we did the fashion show. That black hoodie is a default hoodie I never would have worn. But then we put it with the Kenzo and the jeans or whatever. I'm like, I'd wear that fit. I didn't know that was available until we just tried.
Literally. Now, going into that, money can't buy style, bro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
getting
You might
into
have
fashion-
a Kenzo, but can you wear
Might have
it?
a Kenzo,
Wear it,
Prada,
bro.
all that shit,
Exactly.
it can't.
You can't, bro. And I think the biggest misconception and why people don't even, because a lot of people could try fashion and be very good at it, but I think people have this misconception of getting into fashion, you need bread for it. And of course, you need a certain amount of money to like get a hoodie and like, you know, the basic shit. But you don't need $1,000 to buy from these big houses that are dropping bullshit. You don't need it.
You don't need a fucking Dior hoodie. You
Yeah.
don't need a Louis Vuitton like fucking what did they have back then, bro? That niggas was wearing. They had the Gucci goggles and shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like all types. Shit,
Oh,
bro.
my
looks
God, I
cool.
can't
You can style
stand
the
that
fuck
type
out that
of-
shit.
Yeah.
But it's like if you don't need it, you don't have to get that.
Y'all need to get acclimated and accustomed to returning shit.
Yeah.
Returning
that
shit.
too.
Buy some shit. Test the shit. If it don't look good, return it.
You know how many niggas
Return that.
Yeah,
Return that,
You know how many niggas I seen in like a 20v1 video with like a big ass like Balenci jacket with the goggles? Please don't pull
Stop,
from
bro.
that shit.
Bullshit.
You don't even need to wear that in that environment. Nigga, you live in California. Why do you have a bomber that's like $4,000?
Bullshit.
You don't need all that.
You don't, bro. Like you could wear the shittiest New Balances with a fire-ass fit, and it looks amazing, bro. It's just a
Comfortable as
matter.
a motherfucker.
Literally, and if you have that mindset, you won't be able to express yourself. And I think, I truly think, style is accessible to anyone who can freely express themselves. And that I don't want y'all to live in that standard of like, oh, I need this and this to get it. Because like, bro, I've styled so many fits to where like it wasn't over $100 or $200.
Right.
True.
Shit, we had to.
True.
If I can ask you, what do you see, at least for, because you know 2025 is a new year, new everybody. What do you see as like things that people will implement, or do you want to see people implement for this year?
I think this year that we're going to see, and I think this is going to be like damn near the most exciting year that we have seen when it comes to it, because I feel like in the past we've had like hints of what it's going to be now, and I feel like it's going to be just all together. I think this year is going to be completely gender neutral in the sense of like it's going to like the fullest extent, and I think that's going to be the main theme. So
shout.
going to this point, this is
Is that a Rolls next to him?
it is
sir.
Rolls.
That is a Rolls.
Casual flex. This is ASAP
Casually.
Rocky, of course, and some fire shit.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like a business kind of mixed. You kind of get like that streetwear vibe, but it's such like a casual
Get the
business wear
shirt
fit.
with the glasses, the
Because
braids.
the glasses, the braids, the jewelry in the
jewelry,
braids.
yeah.
The
He has like
shorts with
you can't
the
really see.
tie.
Yeah, you can't really see close up, but he has kind of like a F like brooch
Yeah.
in his braids. So that's like
Crazy.
That's
insane.
awesome.
Yeah, and he has the suit and tie with kind of like a Celine sweater and those pleated shorts. This summer, I definitely think, because I think mainly it's going to be business and streetwear mixed with each other. I think those pleated shorts, because they kind of look like a skirt, but it's really not. They're just pleated. And I think that's going to be a big trend this summer. So that's a good fit. Going on to the next one.
Oh,
this
shit.
is another example. Me. This is another example of a gender neutral fit and mixing that business with streetwear.
Yeah.
You got the dress shirt under the sweater with the burgundy tie and the Soho Studios jeans.
Yes, sir.
With those jeans and
Man, when can I get those jeans?
Man.
It's coming.
it's
coming.
coming. But just let it flow.
Let it
be. And then he has a whole Louis purse on
With the boots.
the woman cowboy heel boots.
And I will wear that shit again a
Again.
million times.
Bang
Like
on.
I feel like
That-
you. I
bro,
feel like
that
once
fit
you
is
start
so
to
It's
fucking
amazing.
once you
hard.
start to push the boundaries, and so that don't mean you got to wake up tomorrow and put a dress on if you're not comfortable with it. But once you start pushing those like gender neutral boundaries, I swear your fits will
Your fits will
excel.
be insane.
Because
Now-
the shit that they make for men is atrocious.
It's
When we were in that
atrocious.
store yesterday,
Yeah, that's-
nigga, you get 3 colors.
But, and then
Black, blue.
It's me again.
It's you again.
W fit again.
Next fit, bro.
W
This
fit.
is mainly more of a streetwear fit, but I kind of want to touch into more when it comes to accessories, especially with men. One thing that will elevate your fit is definitely accessories. You can
Yes.
have the most basic fit, but I'm telling you, those accessories will make it pop even more, especially you getting into it. And the main thing is we have a headscarf. Now, you would assume, oh, that's just for women. We gender neutral.
We gender neutral.
That's what we do at Soho fucking Studio.
Hang out, nigga.
We got the headscarf
Yankee.
with a Yankee hat,
Yeah.
with the Soho Renaissance shirt, with some jorts and some Yeezy boots, bro. And this is just kind of understanding not only color tone, but your proportions, bro. The shorts are over the knees. The boots are like right there and kind of high boots with the socks going high.
The
and
boots
the
were
shirt not
purchased.
going over kind of
Exactly
like his
what that
hemline.
fucking
The
fit.
boots were purchased and worn and photographed before the events that have taken place.
Yeah, like, you know what's crazy? I was gonna wear those boots today.
Yeah, but
and
principle.
yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, bro, accessories make it pop. Next case in point. This is a basic fit with these pants, with kind of the Renaissance shirt again, with the
boots,
purse, but you see the jewelry on the wrist, see the chains, you see the headscarf again, and that's just another thing that makes the fit pop again.
Soho
bro.
Studios.
Soho
take such good
Studios
pictures,
again.
man.
Good pictures. all right.
Gender neutral as well.
On to the
I
next
feel like
fit. Now, I think another thing that's gonna be trendy this summer and this whole year, another thing with the gender neutral is crop shirts. This is kind of like a crop button-up shirt. And the jorts, I think high jorts are gonna be a big thing. Not just like the shorts that come to your knee. No, I'm talking about them bitches go down. I think those are gonna be trendy. On to the next fit. Another case in point with a crop shirt.
Damn.
We got the
Who
freedom.
that is?
Who that is? We got another Soho tee. It's the Freedom tee, and it's another crop shirt. And as you see, it doesn't even go past that, and it makes the fit pop even more.
The crop the balance between a crop shirt and the baggy pants is something that will always look good if you wear
Literally,
that right.
yeah.
Because
If
you
you do
can't
it
wear
perfect,
any
yeah.
other pants really with it unless it's gonna be baggy like shorts or baggy pants. With that crop shirt is always gonna.
And going on to the next picture, this is just another example, so you can see kind of like where it ends and kind of like see the proportions,
Man,
but
is that-
especially how the jeans look.
Is that the Soho Freedom?
Is that the Soho
the one
Freedom
right next
tee?
to me?
Wow. So nice.
So good. But like, not only is it cropped, I think why I like it too, because, and this is the aspect of people don't really get when it comes to gender neutral clothes. It's like you bring different sides of the sex and you bring it in one. It's like, this is kind of like, you see, it's a woman's shirt because it's cropped, but you also see it's a man's shirt because it's baggy and oversized. And that's what makes the fit even better. So go on to the next picture. Next,
Damn!
I
Jay
think
Williams, yeah.
Buff
another.
ass nigga.
I think another thing we're going to see this coming year is we're not going to see the basic light blue jeans. We're not going to see the black jeans. No, I think we're going to see a lot of experimenting with jeans. We're going to see the wax jeans like I have on right now. We're going to see the acid wash jeans. We're going to see more colorful jeans. We're going to see a lot of men in a lot of more colorful jeans.
I want to see that because
I need
I
at
feel
least
like
7
I
pairs.
feel like I have like I need a couple
swear I do.
I need a couple like basic blue jeans in the wardrobe, but like it gets boring at a certain.
Yeah,
point.
for
You got to
It does, bro.
I have no jeans.
Yeah?
Blue
It
again.
does.
Nah, I have not a pair of fucking jeans. I have one pair of jeans.
You want to help Matt get jeans?
Yeah,
Subscribe.
yeah. Subscribe.
Give us more shit. And this
Please.
is another example of more jeans because it's like, bro, you can imagine if that was light blue. I don't think that fit will look the same as it did. Like it kind of has that dirty, like acid wash aesthetic, and
Yeah.
it makes the
Yeah,
fit
those
pop
are
even
hard.
more, bro. So I think we're gonna see a lot of that
Matches
this
those
year.
tones in the
Yeah,
top.
it does.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the last one. But yeah,
That's
see,
hard.
that's coming for
W.
2025.
W.
And I feel
W
like
predictions.
I think W predictions is also like important to highlight, like doing that, trying it, being yourself, and always having fun with it, because that's gonna be a way that you can have fun.
Yeah.
A way that I did not have fun when I saw their fucking fit was what you niggas told me yesterday. About
Kanye West.
Kanye.
All right, let's.
would you believe?
Would you believe? Okay. So lore. Let's drop back for the lore, right?
Good.
So that video that everybody's been losing their mind over in our comments and shit like that, right? That video, I think it amassed like 60 or 70,000 views on Instagram,
Yes, the video.
like 50 on TikTok, and it's the video of me in the all red tracksuit talking about Kanye West, right?
Nike track.
And then Nike,
the
and
Nike
they called it a Nike
don't
tracksuit. It's polo. You couldn't afford it.
Poverty's a mindset.
You couldn't afford it.
Poverty's a mindset.
Yeah, it's a mindset. No, that's nuts. That's insane. Poverty and mindset is nuts.
It's a mindset.
That video actually got edited, made, everything like that right before the interview dropped. I had no idea the interview was dropping. I didn't even know anything of the interview after dropping it until AB came in my chat that night. It was like, bro, did you see Ye's new interview? I was like, what are you talking about?
So we're in the chat, right? He posted the video. I'm like, okay, cool, boom, we got the video out. Literally, not even 20 minutes later, I see this nigga Kanye.
Crazy. Basically did an interview.
Good Lord.
Nigga,
What are we looking at right now?
All black KKK.
Did an interview, all black KKK fit.
Standing next to DJ.
With
DJ
the swastika chain,
with
by
the
the way.
swastika chain under it.
I woke up, bro, and I just checked Twitter. I was like, bro, what's happening? And I see that, and I just turned my phone off.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. So look, right? I watched the entire video for all of you dick suckers that's gonna be like, I watched the entire video. Yeah, I watched the entire video. I was viscerally upset the entire video. Like I promise you, the second he came on screen, it made me upset because I feel like it should make you upset as a black person to see some shit like that coming from a nigga like Kanye. One, right? If it doesn't, the dick might be too far down your throat. Just a little bit. Because I realized when listening to Kanye, not only, all right, I'm going to tread light, right? Mental illness is a real thing, right? It's very serious, right? And it's something that needs to be taken with caution, right? Approached with caution and care, right? Kanye is a mentally ill man. Like I said, I had a nigga in the comments. Sorry, I gotta shout your dumb ass out. This nigga in the comments was like, Kanye not mentally ill. He got PTSD.
Oh,
nigga, what?
Hey, can somebody please describe?
And the thing is,
to the choir.
You want me to read you what PTSD means?
And the thing is that, like, mental illness in and of itself does not, because I've seen some people misconstruing like the message like you were talking about. Mental illness in and of itself is not something that should be stigmatized in the sense that it's like, because he's mentally ill,
That's not what I was saying.
No, there's a certain point in time where you can acknowledge that yes, someone has mental illness, but also their actions go further than that.
The point of the video was you have to acknowledge the mental illness first. And then you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously, we make the clips a certain way so they get clicks and shit like that. But like, other than that, like that's what the point of the video was. Anyways, let's get into the fucking interview. The nigga was yapping the entire fucking interview. Yapping. Bullshitting. Something
talking. Tells me that if you show up dressed like that, you have nothing.
Bullshitting, yapping the entire fucking interview. The interview, first of all, it starts with Kanye running, like, basically the interview was not supposed to happen. The reason why the interview happened was because they were supposed to do it. It was almost about to fall through because Kanye was like, yeah, these people are coming for me and they're knocking on my door. So he was going to fly to Japan and go to Japan because he feels safer in Japan. And he told academics he only had like a certain amount of time before he was leaving to get on the plane to go to Japan. Okay, cool. Ack runs over there. Yes. Deep throats everything, runs over to him to do the fucking interview. The first thing Ack says when he's like in there, he puts the mic on him and says, damn, bro. Actually, no, verbatim. Hold on. I don't want to fuck none of this shit up. I want to get all the dick riding and the glory, nigga. He says, I see you with the bust down chain, man.
The swastika chain?
The swastika chain?
You
DJ Academics can get the fuck out with him.
Stop,
what are we doing,
Stop
y'all?
flip farming.
And I'm this is for all of the people that are still sitting here trying to tell me that there's something insightful here, and it's not just I just fucking made my leg react. This is for all. No, bro. This is for all the people that keep trying to tell me that there's something insightful here, and that I'm missing something about it. No, there's nothing insightful here. He's losing his fucking mind. He's losing it. And let's continue through it though. Let's continue through it. Some of the points, I'm gonna just go through some of the points, right? This was an hour 22 interview. It was like a 45-minute interview of him fucking rambling, right? Let's go through some of the points Kanye made. He doesn't know this. Oh yeah, this was right after. He doesn't know who the people trying to kill him is because academics was like, wait, so who is it? Yay? He was like, well, I don't really know, but you don't know the people who's trying to kill you, knocking on your door, that's forcing you to go to Japan. You fear for your safety. That's what he said. You don't know the people. All right, another point he makes.
Yeah.
Says he's doing the swastika to make the Jews mad so they can expose themselves as the people who threaten artists in the industry.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
All right.
Let's get into it.
This shit right here pisses me off to no end. Because history... Yeah.
Do you know what niggas say, bro? Oh my God. The nigga... every time I see people in the comments talking about this interview, well, Kanye said that they're profiting off of our pain, so he wore the shit on
their pain.
And
Let's explain it.
Let's explain
Let's explain that.
That's like saying that like there's a racist Mexican somewhere, so in return you're going to be racist to Mexicans because I'm profiting off of their pain. You want to know what you're actually doing? You're squabbling with a minority group while the white people are making off with all the change. Let's talk about what the fuck is going on. Yes, there's a history between Black-Jewish relations in the Black community, but this anti-Semitism shit that runs rampant within our community also has a religious undertone because there's a certain segment of Black people that believe that like we're the true Israelites, so that Jewish people are just kind of like imposters, which there's nothing I can say to you to convince you otherwise of that. Go ahead and believe what you believe. I just think you're wrong. The other thing, though, is that when we're giving a pass to this rhetoric, we're giving a pass to all this shit because we need to profit off the Jewish people pain. You know who agrees with you that like we should be fighting against the Jewish people? The people who you're wearing the same outfit.
The fuck are we?
And you know what those same
talking
people
about?
did to people like you? You think they'd be clicking up with you?
Wait,
This
hold
is
on.
the thing.
We're missing this big thing, right? Like all those people are talking about, oh, they're profiting off our pain. Do we not know what happened to Jewish people?
Whoa.
Yeah. Are we like not talking about what happened to Jewish
Also,
people?
we were literally talking about how, if anything, like Jewish people and Black people, we're probably some of the most connected within like that cycle of pain.
Yes, when it comes to
And
when it
you're
comes to
telling
Trump.
me,
Yes.
you're telling me that I'm supposed to be telling y'all niggas, or I shouldn't be talking about Kanye, one, because he's Black and he has billions.
You got billions
Yes.
of dollars.
Two,
Tell me when you
because-
get your first million.
Show me when you
I
dick
seen
eating.
that shit.
Two,
Dick eating.
No, I'm not supposed to be talking about that nigga because he's a billionaire, but also because he's empowering Black people by wearing the
you wanna know what's so funny?
KKK and
you wanna know what's so
reclaim-
funny?
What the fuck? What are we talking?
Let me
What are you talking about?
let me
You're
tell you
bullshitting.
something. Let me tell you something, nigga. The problem is, right, when you look at the reason why he said Black people and Jewish people being like interconnected, because when you look at the history of mankind, you know why there's so many Jewish people, not so many, but you know why there's Jewish people in this country to this day that are in like finance and everything? Because in societies throughout history, Jewish people were persecuted and forced to only be able to make money through finance by Christians, right? That was how like this whole shit really kicked off. So throughout history, Jewish people have been blamed for like a bunch of different stuff, blamed for a bunch of different atrocities. We saw what happened in Germany as well. And they've been segmented in sections of the society where they could make a living, which is why so many Jewish people are in finance to this day. But the overwhelming majority of people who control the wealth in this country are white Christians. And there are no conspiracies that you motherfuckers can cite to me
Now you wanna talk
today
about that.
that's telling me that we should be that Kanye shouldn't be going after that.
I completely understand you guys' viewpoint. If white people, white Christians or whatever, came to Kanye West in a Ku Klux Klan outfit and was like, you know what, Kanye? Dap me up. No, nigga.
No.
They would kill your dumb ass the
There's-
same
And
fuck-
they were
there's no
killing, and the
you're dumb.
KKK was
You're
infamous
dumb. They're
for
looking
killing
at you
Jewish
like-
people
Exactly.
too.
They're looking at
Exactly.
you, nigga. They're looking at you the same way they look at any other nigga. Dumb nigga.
Literally.
A dumb nigga.
Bro, and I promise
That's what you are.
Yeah.
You're not
Just because-
fucking insightful or you're not insightful. You're not fucking he talked about woke fat Black women who model. What
What
the
are we,
fuck are
like-
you talking about? How?
No, the-
Y'all are
there's-
telling
the
me
thing
there's
with
niggas
Gay,
in the
bro.
comments. I'm so sorry, but there's niggas in the comments.
You let him get it off.
Yeah,
Let him get it
there's
off.
niggas in the comments telling me leave the nigga alone. Why are we sucking the dick of this nigga? Why? I'm not understanding it. Please explain to me why we're supposed to view Kanye West as insightful because he wore a KKK outfit. How?
What Kanye West
Instead of
represents-
insane.
What Ye represents is a detriment to everybody, to every nigga who's a fan of him. That's the thing that I'm trying to get you to see. There is no reclaiming that you're doing, I'm profiting off of their pain. What the fuck are you really accomplishing? You're still in that industry. You and everyone around you is still in the music industry making money for these same entities, and you're telling me that your actual stance that you're doing is being racist.
He said Kendrick is, what did he say? He was like, the NFL called Kendrick, even though he's like a no-name rapper, for the Super Bowl And basically what they're doing is they're trying to stop him, and they saw what Kanye was trying to do with Northwest, so they called Kendrick and Cardi to then what the fuck are you talking about?
And bro,
and on top of that, like, why?
Okay,
Go ahead. Because I'm trying to like think about it again because I done forgot twice.
It's one thing that also pissed me off too is when he was trying to put it like I think his daughter on the song with P. Diddy as well. I'm like, bro, what's so insightful about that?
What's insightful about that? Putting your daughter on the thing with someone who, all right, out of everything we don't know yet, alleged, right? Yeah. We did see this nigga on fucking recording beat Cassie.
Yeah.
That is, and Ye brought that up and was like, you know, sometimes I feel like Puff too, and you know, like that you see they gonna expose the man for that video, and what the nigga say? The nigga was like, they exposed the man for that video, and I don't know. He was bullshit.
And then
what are you talking about?
And then you made a Sean John shirt after that. But the main point I want to make with Ye is like, bro, I have a problem and this is how he gets people, right? Because like most people are conspiracy theorists. So then he talks about kind of like certain things when it comes to music industry of like they're taking advantage of this. They don't do anything for small artists. But you can see it's a direct contradiction through his actions. He has shitted.
I almost called you JJ.
If you look at it, right, he's talking about how we need to unify as artists because I'm getting fucked over and like the shit with my kids. No one spoke on it. Yay. You have shat on every... Nigga,
you just called Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids R-words.
You said Frank Ocean's career was over. You said Tyler's never made a hit. You shat on Taylor Swift.
Shit on Kendrick after...
This nigga said Onyx. The nigga said Onyx and Iggy know what they're doing and why they moved to Cali from Australia, and that's the reason why they won't bring them around Kris Jenner.
You're just that words are escaping.
No,
words are fucking
words are
escaping
just going, bro. And y'all need to.
What you were saying? No. That's what it is, bro. This conspiracy theory shit. We've brought it up multiple times on this podcast. Black people, I love y'all deeply. And I understand that we have so much hurt in our community that we pull on things and we grasp at certain things that will try to make us like come to terms with the shit that we've gone through. That's how much trauma is in our community, right? That's how much shit is in our community. For instance, right? I was actually researching certain like psychology shit, right? And how do you say it? Homophily, right? Homophily and Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Those are two big ass things, right? Where conspiracy theorists, right? Basically, homophily is like, fuck, I can't think of it. Oh my God. It's basically like you have some shit, right? And you want to be like validated in some shit, right? You want to feel a part of something. You want to feel like that community. It's that human nature to feel like you want to be a part of that, whatever it is, right? That's where this conspiracy shit comes from. We've been alienated from every corner of the fucking world, so we start to grasp at these one or two conspiracy theories that get probably sent into our communities by white people.
Literally.
And then we say, you know, that makes sense. Kind of right. Because it feels good. It feels good. We need to start looking at this shit with open fucking eyes, with a roundabout perspective and saying, my nigga, no, this is not insightful. This is not fucking helping the black community. Oh, well, Kanye talks a lot about, you know, the black people and us killing each other. Yeah, Kanye has profited off of black pain the same fucking way the dudes have.
Bro, look at
what are we talking about?
In his music. Like, literally, look at what he's doing, bro.
When's the last time?
You want to be in the media?
I have not seen a real life like KKK fit in like that started.
When is the last time? When is the last time Kanye was on the south side of Chicago? When? For all you niggas telling me that I'm tweaking, when's the last time Kanye was on the south side of Chicago doing shit for the community, doing the shit that he's talking about in his Murder to Excellence? Right. When the last time he was doing shit like that?
There's a song that I love from Kanye West. It's called Murder to Excellence. And the first half of it, he talks about black on black crime, basically the entire half. And then the second half is like, oh, the excellence part is, you know, materialistic stuff, capitalist stuff, buying shit, right? Both things I fundamentally disagree with as like a solution to black trauma. But I can understand as a mindset of somebody who grew up around that, why that's like you're seeing people of your same race around you killing each other. That's the approach that you go from. That's how you can start cool, as long as you don't go to a dangerous place with it. The problem with Ye is, and the problem with that conspiratorial thinking that's in our community, is that you never take a step outside of that bubble. Nope. Every demographic in this country commits the majority of murders against members of their own demographic. But black on black crime is the only term we hear about. That's the fucking problem.
This
That's
nigga-
the framework that's set up by white supremacy that people like Kanye West buy into when they talk of those same narratives. That's the same reason why you wearing a KKK fit is not insightful. It's that same framework that is set up by white supremacy that you're buying into because you think that's an easier solution. The solution to black people not killing each other, just don't kill each other. Or you could give them better environments and you could work to rebuild the community, something that a billionaire has the resources to do.
Yeah.
And he's not doing it. You're on Twitter.
Kanye talks about, and I know we got to keep it moving, but Kanye talks about.
I'm gonna make a point when you're
Here, make your point first and I'll make mine.
I think the biggest thing with Ye, and I think it's kind of like, not necessarily a reflection on us, but I think putting a lot of celebrities on pedestals removes like the humanity aspect of it. So we all see Kanye spiraling all the time, and we know he has mental illnesses, but we look at him as the celebrity and almost removes that human aspect of him. So it kind of brings out the fact of like, oh, he doesn't have mental illness, even though we say it and we don't take it serious because it's like this is a nigga who made graduation, this is a nigga who made
You made me
all that
realize.
shit.
You made me just realize I completely almost forgot the point. Where is the moral line? Where's the moral line with everybody, right? Yes. Oh, you made graduation. Oh, you did. Yes, and niggas will sit there and they'll allow that to say, well, it doesn't really matter what he's doing. He's a billionaire. Yeah. But if Kanye smacked the fuck out of your mother, if Kanye walked up to you, smacked the shit out your mama, bought your house and made you homeless, did some shit that affected you, you'd be sitting there losing your fucking mind. And that's where we have to go into. Where is that line? Where do you draw that line with morals in all of this shit?
And no, go ahead.
Where do you draw that line with morals and all of this shit? Bottom line, and let me make sure I don't forget this shit. Let me make sure I don't want to forget this shit.
The aspect about where you draw the line is so very fucking important because there are so many things that you can end up enabling, like racist people,
Like this bullshit,
Nazis,
like
Kanye West will sit there and yell at niggas and yell at the black community and yell at people and talk about the Kardashians and then simultaneously be like, they're trying to stop me from seeing my kids, the white people. My nigga, you laid in that bed and fucked her 4 times and got her pregnant 4 times.
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about? You have 4 kids with it. Actually, it was Sarah can see. But other than that, you still got 4 kids with this white woman.
Lack of
so shut the fuck up.
accountability,
Shut the fuck up. You're not insightful.
Literally,
You're not.
When you have lack of accountability, bro, you'll find reasoning for anything.
You will, especially
Literally.
in things. The past.
But before we get to before we get to that, this is the last thing I got to say about Kanye, right? If we are not accepting the bullshit from the racist white people, we're not accepting them wearing the swastikas, we're not accepting them wearing the hoods and shit. Kanye is not the nigga that we supposed to be accepting that shit from.
Yeah.
Period.
Shouldn't, bro.
Period.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
Drop them Yeezy
Keep
boots
that
price,
same
bitch.
energy.
Right.
Keep that same energy and keep harmful trends and harmful behaviors far away from the black community.
Bro.
Speaking of harmful trends and harmful behaviors, there's
Marvin Sapp.
Marvin Sapp.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Bro, I grew up on Marvin Sapp too, bro. I'm stronger. I'm wise.
wiser.
I'm better.
Wait, that was
Wise
his song?
enough, nigga.
Yeah.
That was his song.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nigga said you're not wise enough.
Dude,
What with Marvin
Okay.
Sapp, bro?
shit, man.
So before we get into what happened in the Marvins of the, the world and shit,
You got to be stronger and wiser, man.
you gotta be way stronger and wiser. So let's do a rundown on who Marvin Sapp is. Marvin Sapp is an American gospel singer and songwriter. He's also a senior pastor at the Chosen Vessel Church based in Fort Worth, Texas. He's wrote
Always
songs.
Texas.
It's always Texas.
Always Texas.
Yeah,
Like tax.
Mega churches, yeah.
yeah, mega churches and shit. You remember, oh my God.
What?
You remember Grandma every
Osteen.
Sunday,
Bro.
Joel Osteen blasting on the
Hilarious.
TV.
Bro.
Let me
I
tell
got a
you.
story for
It's
you.
the
I have a
story
It's the
about Joel
LG
Osteen.
TV. You press the button to do the doo-doo-doo. Same
Yeah.
TV since 1991, blaring Joel Osteen
I
every
gotta-
Sunday morning.
Here. I want you to keep explaining it, but I got a lawyer for y'all. I got some lawyer for y'all.
Hell yeah.
Just making sure before I shit talk insane. Joel Osteen, the one that we passed in Texas, right?
Yeah, the big
Okay.
ass church.
All right.
The one
Now
that
I'm
can
gonna
let
stand
people
on
in.
everything. I'm gonna
Okay, so he wrote songs like Sweeter as the Days Go By, Perfect Peace, Praise Him in Advance,
Praise
The
Him in
Best
Advance.
in
Good
Me.
one.
And then he made a song dedicated to his wife, My Testimony. He's won 22 Stellar Awards, 2 Soul Train Music Awards, 2 BET Awards, 2 Dove Awards, and 8 BMI Songwriter Awards.
Damn.
That's why when I heard it, I was like,
he
what
really
the
that
fuck?
nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got all that accolades and shit.
I think it's just insane. The nigga.
Okay.
What happened? Well, explain.
Okay.
What happened?
So this actually happened in 2024. So the video resurfaced. I don't know how
Oh,
niggas
did it?
just did it.
Damn, so it's been happening. Oh.
This shit already, I don't know how niggas didn't pick up on it the first time it happened, but okay. Niggas in church, right? Mm-hmm. He has 1,000 people in church. Mm-hmm. He has 1,000 people online watching the church. Shit. This nigga out of nowhere, lock the doors.
They were talking about like, you know, like offerings.
Yeah,
like,
I guess
he was
they're
trying to get
getting
20 from everybody.
Literally. So
He's like, we can get 20 from online.
yeah.
Lock the doors, nigga.
Okay.
So I guess they're in the process of collecting like the monies and shit for donations or whatever. And the nigga said, lock the doors. Ushers, no, like ushers, no, lock the doors. He said,
we not leaving this bitch till we get
so they
40K.
Wait, he locked the doors because he wanted
I need you to play the clip. Yes.
Bro.
Yeah, so
Yes.
when they pay,
Oh,
they
we have a
pass
clip?
around the collection
Yes.
plate.
All right.
Oh, we have a clip.
In your normal church, they pass around the collection plate. You donate your little money you have. He said, "Lock the fucking doors. We're running you dry." Let me see,
Bro.
There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us to plant a seed of $100.
Pause it.
Because again,
Look at the watch on his fucking wrist.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I've been looking at it this whole
This is the
time.
thing. This is the thing, bro.
Insane.
It's like I remember being in church a lot, right? Obviously, my dad's a preacher, so we was in church every fucking Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember vividly this one time. I remember we needed the bread, so I remember they made like a song out of like one other church song. It was like, "Can we get $20 more?" I swear to God, I've been walking around the thing like ask for $20 more. Now, mind you, my church on the south side of Chicago. First of all, my first church fell down because we couldn't afford the payments in the roof. The entire church fell down. You can look the shit up. Yeah, it was on the news and everything. Southside Chicago. The next motherfucking church we had was small as shit. All right, nigga. The niggas laughing because my church fell on me and shit. Y'all niggas going to hell. Imagine you being
mid-prayer.
And boom. You know what's crazy? Nigga, I swear to God, we was in the church. I swear to God.
Miriam talking about,
On everything. Gang. On everything. We in the church. We in the back room of the church, gang. And I'm facing the door. I swear to God, I'm facing the door. Mm-hmm. We praying. We was in a prayer circle. The reason why we was praying is because the church was falling and my pastor was in, like, she was at a retreat somewhere, like everybody else was in a different place. So we just gathered that Sunday to pray. My mom was literally telling me, she's like, this church is going to fall today. She's like, Dad, move your car. She calls my dad for some reason. But she's like, Dad, move your car. My dad was being stubborn. He like, hell no, gang. We're in the church. I'm looking down the fucking, like the doorway. I look up. The church is coming to. I swear to God.
Oh my
the
God.
church is coming towards us, right? Because it fell from the back. Yes, it's coming towards the wall.
we gonna let you see this prayer for real.
No. I say on some miracle shit. I swear to God, the church is coming towards the wall. The church, like all this shit, ashes everywhere. We're like rushing out this bitch. The church, like the front of the church stayed upright. The rest of the church fell. The front of the church is where we were in the tiny like offering.
No,
it fell on the car. But I have pictures of it. It fell on my dad's fucking Grand Caravan. It was like a badass mark on the side of it because half the fucking building fell. He had to drive out from under the bitch. Yes.
Damn, that got to be one hell of a sermon for the church to fall on.
It was nuts, bro. So like,
That's terrifying.
I get it. No, real shit. I get it if you need money. Like a church like that needs money. You're in a Texas mega church. Marvin Sapp, nigga, like
with a
world
rollie
renowned,
on.
like
With a
rollie on.
Right. I don't know what type of
nigga,
watch.
you don't need 40,000. And I get it. Churches have bills. Churches have gas payments. Churches, yes, like congregation, but at the same time as well, like tithes and offerings is something that's supposed to be like, at least the way I interpreted growing up, it's supposed to be like, you're supposed to give it. Yeah. But like, nigga, you're not about to force me to give you 20 fucking
imagine, because when I was in church, when we were in church, right, I didn't really mess with church like that, because anytime it was time for us to go to church, my mom busted in the room. Yo, get up.
Yeah.
So it put like a bad stigma on it.
Every Sunday, nigga, I'm hearing my parents' footsteps every Sunday.
When my mom would come home, I'm like, please don't.
And before we kind of give our opinions on it, I want to know, and if you have more information on this, tell it to us. But I want to know your opinion, kind of like on this, and like, kind of like the bad things that happen in the Black community when it comes to church that's not really talked about.
So as far as like with the donation shit, I know there's a lot of people that can't like afford to give that $20. So for you to lock them in that bitch, ushers, just imagine, like, cause I when I was in church, I would always like lay down and like go to sleep and shit, cause like I was tired as fuck. So I'll be in there. Just imagine you sleep. All you hear is ushers, lock the door. Whoa! What?
I want to volley this as well, like playing that devil's advocate. I also don't want people to only make this a Black issue though,
right?
Because I've seen a lot of other people. I've seen a lot of other people that aren't Black people that have been like ganging up on it, which is cool. But at the same time, that girl on Trump's administration is asking people for $1,000 and telling them they'll get blessings. What are we talking about? She literally was, I forgot her name, but she literally was like, if you guys give $1,000 before Easter, you'll get like 7 days of blessings or some shit. You're bullshit.
That's insane.
Jimmy Swagger was, and hey, y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. Jimmy Swagger was a big time like mega church dude, like white dude, right? Right before the Trump election, and that's where that lore story I had comes from. Right before Trump's first win in 2016, Jimmy Swagger was like hard pushing.
Is he the
Christians.
one dude who was like will blow the COVID away or something?
I have no idea.
He like an old white
maybe
dude?
old white. I have no idea, but I remember he was hardcore pushing for niggas to vote for Trump, and all of this shit, and people were doing it. Actually, nigga, I had a family friend that she damn near named me. I grew up with this woman. This woman, I have not spoke to this woman since about 2016, 2017, when Trump got elected, because she completely went all over the deep end, like, right, completely. Damn. To the point where she, like, dissed us, she dissed the family, she said we're not real Christians, completely went over the deep end because of Jimmy Swagger and because of the shit they put. So it's definitely not a Black thing. It's definitely not.
Yeah. And what was the point you were trying to make?
I was gonna say, like, the issue is, like, churches get tax exempt status for stuff like the collections and everything that they'll do, because it's supposed to be a community thing. It's supposed to be like, you guys pour money into the church pours money back, and y'all make sure the church is good and everything. But it's a symbol of excess when you have a fucking Audemars Piguet on your fucking on your wrist. Right. So at this point, regardless of what the fuck bills and everything that you have to pay, you've made a determination that there's enough in the stash off the shit that you've made doing this stuff for you to get yourself a watch. Okay, cool. Do what you got to do. You're locking people in your church to continue to pillage more money from them. And you're framing it as like, this is something that's necessary for the Lord and everything, when you are rocking a watch.
And he gave a lot.
That's the way that you get
that's
to
what
people,
he said.
man.
He's like, well, I gave more money. He gave a lot of money that same service and everything, but like, no.
You're not locking doors on people, bro.
First of all, you caring for the poor, following that principle, caring for the poor is not forcing them to give you
if
more
you're
money
the
for your
millionaire,
church.
if you're the millionaire in the church, you're supposed to give a lot of money.
That's your thing, and you should be viewing it as like humble and noble as a deed, as you are viewing
God
people
using
giving you,
right?
Exactly.
And at a point, it was like, because you kind of tied in with like the whole Kanye shit of like putting people on a pedestal and having them lead you. Now I'm saying this because like, if you're looking for a new church and you're like kind of just want to like get into worshiping God, I think you should be careful on who you want your leader to be. And I know that I understand that a pastor role is very important in the Bible. If it's that important, then I think you should very much take into consideration of who you want to lead you, because and that comes with the idolization when it comes to pastors, because
millionaire to lead
like literally, because then you have a person like this who closed the door. You have a Joel Osteen. When I remember going to Houston, Texas for the first time, and like Joel Osteen's the big thing down there in Texas, and a lot of people in Texas don't like him because of the shit that happened with a hurricane, and he closed the doors on a lot of people that couldn't go in. This big
huge ass building,
this multi-million.
So hurricane hit over there, and he wasn't letting niggas in.
They were trying to get in,
and
he did not let niggas in.
No, he didn't. He closed the door.
Mind you, that's supposed to be like a community building, whatever, for you to get from like a natural disaster, which a lot of your believers will tell you is like brought on by God. Like, we need some refuge from this, and you're supposed to be
Noah's Ark shit.
You're supposed to be the
this
person.
Nigga had Noah's Ark and then told these fuck no. That was nuts.
That's insane.
No, that's insane. And then like, bro, you just have to be careful who you want to lead you. And I know we've been sorry to cut you off, but I know we've been talking about negative, but like I want to talk about like one positive pastor for instance, like TD Jakes. TD Jakes is an example of like he had this one deal. I don't know what it was with, but it was this whole real estate deal to kind of like help a lot of low income housing, and it's like this 10-year plan, and I think it was like almost $1 billion in it, and that's kind of like helping the community, and that's like a good
TD Jakes.
and that's kind of like a good example of a good leader, you know. So everything's not negative, and I don't want to make this like very negative for a lot of pastors, but I do want to let the audience know, be careful who you want you to lead.
Yeah, because I feel like what I have no problem like with religion, because I feel like religion's thing is it creates that community, and I feel like it's the most powerful when you're seeking your own like personal relationship. There are a lot of people in the midst of that journey who are looking to profit, who are looking to lead people astray, you see that like recurring, which does feed into a lot of the bad habits and bad mentalities that are prevalent in all types of communities, including the Black community. But also that's why I think having that leader, it might not be as important as like getting your own personal like evaluation and what you truly believe and everything, because there are people who will lead you where they need to lead you to get them the best outcome for themselves, especially when it's something as like fundamental or like up in the air proof wise as like religion. Like there's nothing you can point to and be like, you're wrong about this XYZ, because it's just like your belief. So people will weaponize that oftentimes and use that to extract bread from you, or use that to extract or morally condemn you or whatever. And that's how they pat people in the
I think these pastors being jets, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think
jets,
honestly, bro, I think you said it best. Like genuinely, just like be careful. Be careful, bro. Be careful who you put in your. This is me personally. Like you said, I feel like it's more like my journey with religion is more of an individual level, right? Like I don't go to church. I'm gonna be real, I don't really read the Bible, like stuff like that. It's just, there's more of an individual level. You know what I'm saying? To each their own. And I know there's a lot of people that's like, oh, that's a damn shame. You know what I mean? But like, to each their own. Just be careful. Just be careful.
And we're not by all means trying to shit on religion
Marvin
at all.
Sapp. Yeah,
we're not trying to shit on religion at all. I think the main point of why we need to call this out and kind of like have this harsh tone, because I think religion is a beautiful thing for most people. Definitely. And I think this is a horrible example of it. And this portrays it horribly. And I think it ruins a lot of people in the community when it comes to wanting to find a church. So I think that we need to talk about that.
And there's nothing wrong with like donating to your church or whatever. Just do it in a different way.
Yeah,
don't lock niggas
in the door.
Don't lock niggas in the
door. Just lock the door.
They gonna want my Subway sandwich.
Yeah, do it in a way that
I gotta eat tomorrow. You talking about I gotta give you this $20, bro? Come on,
do it in a way that doesn't seem like people are extracting a bunch.
Exactly.
Speaking of extracting things from people, we might be in a very bad scenario when it comes to resources. Not because we're gonna run out of anything. It's because we're about to run up in other people's shit. I seen something the other day. Y'all remember how like a few months ago when Trump was back in the news? I know I always have to be talking about this shit, but what else are we gonna talk about? When Trump first began his campaign, you remember he was talking about like the Greenland shit? And they were like, yeah, we gotta take Greenland or whatever. I remember even I didn't take it fully seriously. I knew that he was they're going to wild out and say whatever, but I can guarantee you the majority of Americans have not taken anything serious.
Hell no. He's just yapping. He's not going to really do it.
Yeah, I'm starting to take this very seriously.
I ain't gonna lie, it got serious when that nigga turned the fucking Gulf of Mexico into the Gulf
of
America.
Once we started renaming
the fuck are we talking
things,
about?
For no fucking reason.
At that point, that's when it should have got like serious. So we need to start off. I feel like that mindset at the beginning where we're like, all right, it's going to be a normal day. They're not actually going to do this shit is a thing that we can't afford to hold on to anymore. That time has long since passed. We need to start acknowledging that like shit is happening that all these motherfuckers told us would not happen, and it's actually like it's dead serious at this point. And it's actually terrifying because when you look at the implications of what the fuck's been happening with how they're talking about Greenland, it can get really scary. So on Saturday, Trump told NBC News, again, this is like on the 90th time he's mentioned it, but he told NBC News, we'll get Greenland 100%. He said that there's a good possibility that we could do it without military force, but he said, I don't take anything off the table.
Nuts.
What do you mean by that?
You're about to run into a
You're about to...
Wait,
the implications of that is so
Yeah.
crazy, too, because it's like, bro, you run into Greenland. Who owns Greenland?
Denmark.
And who is Denmark a part of?
NATO.
So you're really just
This
trying
nigga
to.
just
This
threatened
is a
World War
suicide
III. That's
mission.
what he
We've gone
did.
from
You're like
we've gone
actually
from
bullshitting.
Mind you,
being like
everybody was saying, "Oh, Kamala's gonna. She doesn't have the emotional intelligence." Nigga, shut the fuck up. This nigga just threatened.
Yeah.
This nigga just actually threatened World War
it's
III.
even
not off the
crazier
table.
than you think it is because the NATO point is one thing. I actually need to. Is Denmark's a part of NATO, right? I need to
believe
Google
so.
it.
They gotta be. Bro,
I'm gonna.
'cause it's
We
like
have live fact checking.
live fact checking.
Here, continue
Here
talking.
from
I
the
got you. I'm fact
jam.
checking for you.
Jay, he finna look it up. You
Okay,
keep talking.
so yeah, so basically, how they've been talking about
Yes.
this, it's part of
They're-
NATO.
they're-
Founding member.
Oh, Lord!
1949.
They in that bitch for real.
Mind you,
Kamala's
gonna start World War III. She's gonna do all this shit.
Hillary and Kamala don't have the emotional temperament. What happens?
Nigga, that's like if Vlad Putin back, like if Vlad Putin was back in the day, that's like this nigga walking up to America and be like, "Hey, George, I got your ass." Nigga, like,
You're trying to
You
fuck
gon-
with
you
the
gon' fuck
founding
with that?
fathers
Yeah,
of
the
this
founding
shit.
fathers of NATO. So now we
Insane,
have
bro.
them the way they're talking about it's like, oh shit, this could mean like brawl with the rest of the world on some bullshit. But it gets even crazier. So he's saying we don't take anything off the table. The island government, like, so the Trump sends JD Vance and his wife and like a couple other people to
Fucking
Greenland.
baby
mind you,
face
right?
minion.
Yes, the baby face demon.
Oversized.
mind you, he didn't wear a
Gibby.
suit.
Yeah, he didn't wear a suit.
Oh.
They
looking
called
like
him out on it too.
looking like
Good.
Zelensky. They did ask him in the press
Good.
conference, like, why'd you ever wear a damn suit? Which was cool.
Wait,
but
that was he called out what's his face in the
yeah, they were calling.
and then you go out with no suit because he thought no one was gonna say something.
Yeah, yeah,
Bro.
yeah.
Sorry to cut you
So
off. Go ahead.
what happened was the reason why someone said something to him is because no one invited JD Vance and
So the nigga just showed up.
Trump just sent them there. So
Hey,
they
Doge,
yeah
that's money, Doge.
Yup.
yeah
You just sending people places.
exactly.
and
What the
shit.
fuck? That seems wasteful.
That
to me.
seems wasteful, Doge.
But they
Weak
sent
ass nigga.
JD Vance and his wife there, and the national security advisor, and I think the energy secretary. And they when they showed up, they were trying to find anyone that would be like lives in Greenland that would want to talk to JD Vance and his wife and be like, yeah, we like America. They couldn't find anybody. Not a single person.
Not
wanted
a
to, like,
single
talk.
soul. Not even fucking
No.
Skippy
So-
down the
so-
street wanted to talk to this
Yeah.
nigga.
So what happened was after
Niggas
that,
couldn't even
after that,
propagate.
they were met with backlash. After that happened, they changed their itinerary. They went to a U.S. military base
Of
in
course.
Greenland or whatever.
they did.
And she was the vice president's wife. The second lady was initially gonna visit like a dog sledding race in southern Greenland, and then the organizers were like, "We don't fuck with you. We did not invite you here." Yeah, they don't fuck with us, rightfully so, because you're just talking about we're gonna have your country.
They just called these niggas lame as hell. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
They always got the Vikings on.
Do you know how
Yeah.
insane that is?
These
to
niggas the
go-
fuck out of here.
You-
No
you're
Vinland
gonna-
Saga shit.
You're gonna go there and they're gonna open arms. Oh,
Yeah.
You're talking about invading.
Yeah,
them.
Yes,
mind you-
invade me.
mind you, on every front, the outgoing prime minister said that there would be no meetings between Americans and Greenlandic officials, and the incoming prime minister was like, "They're not taking our fucking country." So they're like about it. They're like, "We're not doing this shit." And I was wondering why. Because I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Before we get into why, let's look at JD Vance's speech that he gave when he got there. Because he gets there, no one wants him there, and he gives this like gaslighting ass kind of ominous speech. I think I clipped like 30 seconds of it. We can.
JD Vance
There is
like,
no amount of bullying,
rough.
no amount of obfuscating, no amount of confusing the issue. Our message to Denmark is very simple. You have not done a good job by the people of Greenland. You have underinvested in the people of Greenland, and you have underinvested in the security architecture of this incredible, beautiful landmass filled with incredible people. That has to change. And because it hasn't changed, this is why President Trump's policy in Greenland is what it is. It's
I ain't gonna lie, that's insane.
Denmark
Imagine
has universal healthcare.
You
What do
talking
you
about-
mean
you just
we've
came-
underinvested? If that's the case, then America's in hell, and Mexico needs to come get this shit right now.
You gotta really think
Right.
about the white privilege and the fucking gall it takes
As
to
gall.
walk into a different country. Nobody talked to you. Nobody was expecting you to be there, and you sit on a stage. You set up your own fucking stage and press conference and say, "The people don't want you here. They want us."
There-
Nigga, something's wrong with
There
your
has
fucking
been
life.
no
There's
poll.
something up here that's not
there
working.
has been
Something's not
No,
working.
bro, like they really denied like his wife to go to that dog shit. He really called Trump like, we finna invade these. Fuck the bull.
There's been no poll that's been produced that shows that the majority of Greenlanders want to be a part of America. And whose determination is it to say that you have underinvested in these people, and that's why America has to take? What you're saying is, for people who do not understand, if the UK tomorrow landed in DC and was like, yeah, we just decided
about to
that
get
like
these colonies
look
back
at the
going.
disparity. Yeah, look at the
What do you
look at the disparity in healthcare. Look at all the racism. Look at the poverty and shit. You guys have underinvested in your black community, and that's why UK has to set up a sphere of influence and be in America. We'd be like,
huh?
wait a
Like,
minute.
what? No,
You
we're
don't
not
have
allowing
the
that.
ability
So it's like-
to violate another country's sovereignty, stand on a stage and be like, yeah, y'all not doing this shit right. We about to
No,
take
this
this.
has to be a bad dream.
And I didn't even know
This is
that.
a
I didn't know the
bad dream.
healthcare part. Imagine being in a country where we have no health. Like
They have universal health care. We are over
Then
here.
you gotta pay
we're talking about they're not
$400 for
invested
some.
in it.
The ruling
Bro.
faction has not had a health care. I said it already. They haven't had health
You
care.
have to pay.
bad dream.
You gotta pay from $2 to like $4, damn near maybe $500 to have a good healthcare
Exactly.
plan.
Does Denmark
These
have,
niggas,
does
these
Denmark
niggas
have
have.
nukes?
I don't
They have
believe
nukes?
so.
Greenland? No?
I don't think
They
so.
need some.
Yeah,
If I,
1000%.
If I was the prime minister, nigga, I'd just start bombing us. Because you didn't just disrespect me like that.
but
So,
Jake,
like,
you was
what the
gonna
fuck
say,
into my crib? That's like a nigga walking in your house and be like, I ain't gonna lie. You ain't
don't-
taking care of your house. This my shit now. Nigga, what do you mean?
Exactly, you out right there.
So I was trying to ask why. I was like, what the fuck's going on? It gets hilariously scary, actually. So a founding member of the PayPal mafia, which is basically all the billionaires that like did PayPal, like Elon and them. It wasn't just Elon. It was Peter Thiel was a billionaire that was also working with PayPal or whatever. And the man that Donald Trump chose to help with Greenland, like as the ambassador to Greenland and everything, is Ken Howery, who formerly served as the chief financial officer to PayPal and is known for their longstanding ties with Elon Musk and Peter Thiel. So we have a group of billionaires who are in this administration. On top of that, it was reported that there was a weird political movement happening where they wanted people like these finance bros, these crypto fucking currency bros, wanted to build their own cryptocurrency powered cities and had expressed interest prior in purchasing Greenland to like try this as like a trial. So yes, we're talking about
What type of
techno-colonization.
Simpsons episode?
Walking around
Yes.
ethnic cleansing,
Yeah.
fucking techno shit.
Yeah,
These niggas
so
need to be put.
they said Dryden Brown,
Public stoning.
Yeah, they said Dryden Brown, the CEO of the network state-linked Praxis project, has claimed that acquiring Greenland is a part of his movement and part of a broader plan. Peter Thiel is one of the biggest contributors to Trump's campaign and also donated to him in 2016. So they've kind of acknowledged that this is kind of like the direction they want to move. So just as a reference, we are talking about the president of the United States considering military action against another country because some billionaires in his cabinet want him to. Meaning your children are going to be sent to possibly die in any conflict. If these niggas are really like, we're not giving you this shit, and it comes to it, your children could be sent out to die for a land grab.
That shit gonna be
for
crazy.
that
Look,
nobody
all you
wanted,
niggas-
by the way.
resources.
All
No
you
one asked
niggas,
for
all
it.
you niggas that was sitting there, oh Trump, I fuck with y'all. All
Front
you
lines.
all you 18-year-old white men, you're going to the draft, nigga.
Bro, they're
Front
going
line.
to
Fuck, keep it up,
mind you,
nigga. Keep it
look
up.
at all
line,
this.
nigga.
When you really put it all on paper, they're gonna send these niggas to die to invade they shit just because they want to test if it could be a crypto city.
Niggas want to day trade.
They want to go back.
Just
Fuck, are we
Just
talking?
imagine
They want
you get the details.
Not only that, the resource extraction too. They want to just run up in the shit and take the resources from it.
Just for
Nigga,
Bitcoin.
I also noticed, I seen on Fox News, nigga, this was the craziest shit I ever seen. It gets crazier. This nigga I forget his name. It's like Kevin O'Brien or some shit. I couldn't bother to get that nigga name.
Mr. Wonderful?
No, it's some random nigga. You've never seen him.
What the fuck is Kevin?
He was on Fox News and he talks about like this whole situation with Greenland. Can we watch that clip? What this nigga says. Jesus Christ. You would think that. Just play it. Just play it.
Well, the latest is Greenland is a highway from the Arctic all the way to North America to the United States. It's strategically very important to the Arctic, which is going to be the critical battleground of the future because as the climate gets warmer, the Arctic is going to be a pathway that maybe it cuts down on the usage of the Panama Canal. And the Russians and Chinese are all over the Arctic.
Wait, so
what
climate
he said,
change is real, right?
What he said was as the climate gets warmer, the Arctic is going to be like the new way of navigation, like through trade routes and everything. These niggas on Fox News just said after all of this time that the climate is getting warmer and we're going to need to take fucking Greenland to secure our trading passages. Pull up the fucking map of where Greenland is.
We're fucking fried.
You know, that's America, that's Greenland. You know what other country they've just been talking about taking over? Fucking Canada.
Yeah.
If we get Canada and we get Greenland, that means this entire navigation port at the top for where the Arctic Ocean is now under the United States control. And one of the justifications that they're offering for that is acknowledging that climate change is real. After 50 years of saying that it was not true, of saying that, the climate change is every
it was 78
time. After Billionaire
in February.
Oil,
now
fossil fuel billionaires have funded PragerU, Charlie Kirk, Daily Wire, for them to all simultaneously lie to us about climate change. And now these niggas, yeah, y'all was right. But by the way, we got to get Greenland now because of that.
You threw it in there like, with climate's rising.
It will
anything. We haven't had any regulation on this front. Y'all niggas was throwing a hissy fit about gas stoves 3 years ago. And now the climate's changing and we need to become imperialists and take Greenland.
Now we need Greenland.
Like, what are we doing?
There needs to be a point in time where we acknowledge that this bullshit that they're trying to do, this lying, this gaslighting that they're trying to do is so fucking evident, and none of you can tell me fucking otherwise. This dude was supposed to be the anti-war president. We heard no new war started under Donald Trump. He just bombed Yemen unconstitutionally, mind you. Mm-hmm. He just threatened to bomb Iran because they won't make a deal that he pulled out of, by the way, because we already had an Iran deal, and he pulled out of it in his first term. Now we're talking about invading Greenland, invading Canada. Anti-war president, mind you.
Anti-war president.
Nice.
Wow. We're talking about bombing. We're talking about clearing Gaza, letting them finish the job so that we can build Trump Gaza.
I want to know where all
anti-war president
where
guys.
Are all those people? I remember getting harassed every night.
Oh, thank you for asking that question. Thank you for asking that question. Let's move into the fucking doom of the day. Where y'all asses at, bro?
What's going on? What's happening?
And I can tell you exactly.
What the hell?
What the hell, Deontay? What the hell, LeBron James?
And I can tell you where they are. The problem is we've had this entire conversation. We had cancel culture. We had freedom of speech. We have Trump's anti-war. We had all of these reasons why the right wing needs to have this resurgence because look, they're shutting down all this shit. Y'all have no perspective on what the fuck has been going on in your world if you're still saying this shit. Let's begin with immigration. Y'all have heard about the deportation stuff that's going on. It's been insane.
Horrible.
Since we talked about Mahmoud Khalil, our Mahmoud Khalil clip did really well because we were digging into that shit. That has not been the only situation since then, and his situation still isn't solved. I'm pretty sure he's still
in jail.
He's still in jail?
Still in jail, yeah.
They've deported him already, but they've revoked like his status and everything.
Did he,
this has been happening.
Mind you, his child is about to be born.
I don't remember if he's born yet or about to be born still, but yes. So so he's still going through it. What I ended up looking up, because I started asking myself that question, I'm like, I'm seeing a lot of shit happening. Where are all these people at that had all this smoke for free speech, for all this shit, right?
Where's Jeff Meade?
Topher Town, bitch.
Where that nigga with
Where he?
Oh, yeah, we not doing Project 2025. It's Agenda 47. Agenda 47. Have you heard of this?
What?
Where are you at?
You got in office in January.
Let's talk about
next now Candace Owens on the other side of the spectrum as shit's starting to hit the fan.
Right.
What the fuck happened?
Remember
Candace, I thought fucking Bernie's Green New Deal.
Yeah.
I thought that was some bullshit, Candace. What the fuck
I
happened?
thought that the right was being censored, right? I thought let's talk about it. What did I find? Marco Rubio, who's our Secretary of State or whatever, he ordered a policy, right? Mind you, I debated like 4 Trump supporters in a call a few months ago before the election happened. And they were telling me, man, the administration was censoring all these profiles on Facebook because they were talking about vaccine stuff, and we can't even have our own opinion, and this is tyranny. That's why I'm not going to vote for Kamala, because XYZ, freedom of speech. Marco Rubio, Trump's Secretary of State, ordered diplomats overseas to scrutinize the social media content of applicants for student and other types of visas in order to bar those suspected of criticizing the United States and Israel from entering the country.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. Starting immediately, consular officials must refer certain students and exchange visitor visa applicants to the Fraud Prevention Unit for a mandatory social media check, according to 2 American officials with knowledge of the memo that was sent out. Specific types of applicants whose social media posts should be scrutinized. Someone who's suspected of having terrorist sympathies or ties, someone who had a student or exchange visa between October 7th, 2023 and August 31st, 2023.
A very specific time.
Who's had a visa terminated since that October date. What happened on October 7th? That was the date that Hamas attacked Israel. If you've had a student visa since that time, they will be looking at you and monitoring your social media content to check for anti-American sympathies. And that will be a factor in determining whether or not you will get a visa application.
You have niggas that sat here. Where did it go? You have niggas that sat here like Aiden Ross.
We're not gonna get to them yet. We're not gonna get to them yet. Because this is instance number 1, right? We're talking about you can't get in if you say a particular thing on social media. Mind you, not threatening, but if they looked at my social media, if I would not be able to get a visa in this country. I would not be able to get a visa in this country.
But
I went to the DNC and I filmed pro-Palestinian protesters just peacefully sitting there. I, off that action alone, would have grounds to not be let into this country. I'm already cool.
Though.
Freedom of speech, though. That's the first instance. Tuesday, the former president of Costa Rica, Oscar Arias, told reporters that the U.S. government sent him an email saying that he was suspending his visa in a passport that he had, that allowed him to enter the United States. Weeks ago, Mr. Arias said on social media that Trump was behaving like a Roman emperor. He's a Nobel Peace Prize winner, by the way, and he's the most significant foreign figure to have their visa removed. So that's the former president of Costa Rica who criticized Donald Trump.
He criticized him
and then got an email saying that he can't go.
What?
The dictator shit is already happening. Niggas are sitting here acting as if this shit is not here.
That's not all. Let's talk about it again. A man named Kilmar Abrigo Garcia came to the United States at age 16 in 2011, right? He was fleeing gang threats in El Salvador, okay? And during that time, in 2019, he received a form of protected legal status known as withholding of removal. Because what happened was he was detained somewhere, I forget what state, and the police were questioning him and everything. And then someone said that he was a gang member, a member of MS-13, but they provided no evidence, and the police did not believe him. The police didn't acknowledge him as a gang member. And so when he was going through his trial to get that protected status, the government was trying to say that we have on good information that he's a member of MS-13. They lost, and then they granted him the fucking the status, the protected status, right? That was in 2019. He's married to a U.S. citizen. He has a 5-year-old disabled child. I believe he has autism and a hearing disability and is nonverbal, right? The child is also a U.S. citizen. He has no criminal record in the United States, according to his lawyers. On March 12th, Abrego Garcia had picked up his son after work from his grandma's house, and ICE officers stopped the car, saying that his protected status had been changed. 2 days later, he'd been transferred to an ICE staging facility in Texas, along with other detainees, and was getting ready to be sent to El Salvador. And although ICE was aware of his protection status, because remember, they had a whole trial litigating this already. They were aware that he had protective status. The government said that they removed him to El Salvador because of an administrative error.
An administrative error. You put him in a different country.
Did that bitch on accident.
And deported him to the very country that they specifically said you can't deport him back to because he could face threats to his life.
And these are the people in power
But that was an
making
accident.
public fuck ups.
Oh,
People
that was an
die.
accident.
What are we talking
That was an
about right
accident.
now?
That was an accident. The Trump administration does not even claim that he has a criminal record, but they called him a danger to the community and an active member of MS-13. We litigated that.
Racist.
They just gave
That's
him protective
racism.
status because
Okay,
they
okay.
couldn't prove that he was in MS-13.
That's clear cut racism
Gang,
right there.
You had niggas like Aiden Ross getting on here and saying, "Oh, well, I'm going to the platform Rumble and I'm in Kick because free speech, and Twitter is this because we need to have free speech." No, nigga, you niggas want to be racist.
Look at me.
Let's just talk about
Look
it.
at me. Look at me. At
Talk
home.
about this shit,
Look at
man.
me.
Please.
Jordan Peterson, Charlie Kirk, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Elon Musk, Dave Rubin, Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn, Aiden Ross, anybody else, any one of you fuck niggas who over the last decade have been screaming freedom of speech, freedom of speech. It's not racist. It's just I can't have my account be censored for the things I want to say. They are censoring. The international students, I had an international student that I went to school with, served on student government. They reached out to me. There is effectively no more First Amendment for an entire class of people in this country, that being people who are immigrants, people who are students, no freedom of speech. Because your freedom of speech, your speech will now determine whether or not you can stay in this country. Now we're talking about rights violations. We're talking about people literally being scooped up and black bagged and sent to countries that they haven't been at since they were little or they've never been to before. Off of what? Off of flimsy evidence that the government isn't even trying to provide. And we litigated this case already. And they knew that they couldn't substantiate that he was part of MS-13. And where are all of you at?
Nowhere.
Not a lick from any one of you. Not even
why,
saying dick. What the fuck is happening?
This is why every time I hear a person, oh no, Elon Musk, he just took Twitter because of free speech, or well, y'all want free speech to be censored. I'm like, no, y'all just want the freedom to be racist. That's
white
all it
people
is, bro.
want the control again. That's what it is.
I'm sorry, Alan. We had a decade of this cancel culture conversation.
Bro.
We've always had to have this fucking conversation about what's the problem with cancel culture? How far does it go? Because someone's account got deleted because they were saying something racist.
And
y'all started this entire culture war about cancel culture. How far does it go? And there are niggas literally being straight up canceled, removed from their family, and thrown into an El Salvadorian slave labor camp that is known for torture off no evidence, and none of you have said shit. That means that this entire thing was a gaslight. It was a smoke and mirrors to deflect from the fact that you just want to be racist. You want to be bigoted. You want to be sexist. I'm not saying that as some blue-haired liberal who's in his feelings. I'm saying that because there's documented cases of niggas getting straight up ripped from their homes with no evidence, and I haven't seen the conversation.
Any of the niggas, that's what it is. Any of the niggas you mentioned, explain it then.
Please.
If it's the
Explain.
liberals, say it.
All those people he named with that platform, bro, you completely lied and manipulated to everyone. Because I remember seeing this Nelk Boy interview, and it was with Trump's son had got on. This is when Trump was getting all those cases and all that shit on.
Trump
He
Jr.?
was Trump Jr. was there. And he was on the Nelk, and he was like, oh, they're just trying to censor us. This is ridiculous. This is just America and the government just trying to censor us and all this and that. And it's now that your father's in he's a president. Look at what's happening now.
What are you doing?
You're
You're
deporting people who have done nothing.
I want y'all to understand. That's why people like me have been running around for years, because none of this shit is real. Y'all are not actually engaging. The aisle and the avenue that is committed to upholding and supporting white supremacy is not being oppressed. I'm sorry. I don't care how bad it makes you feel. This white guy didn't get a job. Fuck off. How many of them did? They have been lying this entire time.
They're losing their minds over this shit, and then they will sit there, look you dead in your face, and be like, "No, it's not about race.
Yes.
It's not about race."
You want to know what people? You want to know what these people told me? These people were telling me that there was actual tyranny under the Biden administration because they were trying to work with Mark Zuckerberg to crack down on misinformation about the vaccines in the middle of the pandemic.
Yes.
And these people turned into constitutional scholars. The president, the executive branch should not be influencing a private platform to say things that they wanted to say that can lead to tyranny. Niggas are getting kidnapped with no evidence.
Bro,
What are we
Citizens,
doing?
mind you. Citizens.
The nigga who now owns Twitter is working with the president.
The
What
man
are we
who bought the
talking about right
platform
now?
Twitter because to bring back freedom of speech did not bring back that shit. You know what happened? Slurs increased 500%. That's what happened when
free
Elon
speech?
Musk bought it. That's what y'all been fighting for.
And what we don't even talk about is like you look at like the systems that kind of like brought it up in a sense. Like when you look at Aiden Ross on why he probably like endorsed Trump and he went on the whole Kick thing. Mind you, the nigga went to Kick and the whole promotion to Kick was like free speech, all this and that. You're lying. The main point of Kick was to promote that gambling shit. All these niggas have a hidden incentive supporting this nigga.
Do you see who's been in Aiden Ross's circle? Do you see the people on Kick who've been in his circle? Do you see what they do and what they say? That's why you went.
The reality of it is,
I couldn't tell you the amount of steak promos that I seen, bro.
The reality of it is, you niggas cannot take accountability. You niggas are utilizing every other thing to cope with the fact that you're bad people.
Yes.
Literally. And then
take accountability for being a shit person. Oh, well, you know, we didn't do anything. You know, my ancestors. Take accountability. Actually do something in your communities to educate more white people so that you can help out these marginalized groups. Do that. Take that accountability. Don't sit here and fucking cry now because my answer, and then scream free speech. No,
and then
my nigga, you're coping.
Yep. And then fuck the point of like, oh, you want to be like just racist publicly. You want to say whatever, bro. The main point of why you're a piece of shit is because you had hidden incentives to even support the nigga Trump, and you know people.
You knew what it was.
People's lives.
You knew what it was. Aiden. That's why nigga. Oh, Aiden got unbanned. I don't give a fuck that Aiden got unbanned.
You know what pissed me off too is that a lot of these creators that just do like random shit, they're not really a part of politics. They will fall. They know for a fact that if Trump gets elected, their taxes and shit will be lower. They'll make more money. And what they do, they try to manipulate their audience and say, "Oh, it's because of free speech. It's because of this."
No, bitch.
And then all these little kids go into it like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense." No,
Aiden Ross,
gang.
You know why Aiden Ross got banned on Twitch for 2 years? Why? Aiden Ross got banned for moderation. He was not moderating his chat. Mind you, this was the biggest streamer in the world. He was making racist ass, like weird, those like on the line, those types of jokes. And his chat was losing their fucking minds, and that's why he got banned. And niggas are like, oh, well, I'm happy Aiden got. No, nigga. No. Keep that nigga banned. You know why? Because niggas didn't give a fuck back then. Niggas was not talking about it was free speech. They Twitch banned me because free speech. Now niggas are getting put in fucking cages and carried the fuck away. And Aiden Ross, I got unbanned.
And bro,
y'all was hooking up with them. You endorsed this.
You endorsed it.
They're so ignorant, and this is why I have a problem with them because bro, they will endorse this nigga not even like knowing full shit. Like Dana White is friends with Trump, right? And I remember when he was building UFC, like Trump was helping him out, giving him money and going to his shows. This nigga Dana was like, bro, I don't care what America sees him as. I'm still going to support him. Do you know how ignorant that is and the level of dick riding to do that? And then everyone else under Dana White falls in line.
Ignorant. I love all of y'all niggas. Y'all do some nut ass shit on God. I'm not fucking
Aiden Ross blamed Joe Biden for getting rid of abortion.
He did.
You have no
going on.
Ounce of basic knowledge. That's why in that debate that I started talking about this with, I had no sympathy for the people I was talking to because I'm like, there is a right and a wrong. I don't care that Joe Biden was trying to get Facebook to crack down on misinformation because it was misinformation. We know that the COVID vaccine was safe. We know that. So anything that you people are saying is just factually incorrect. I don't have the time, patience, or care to coddle that shit. And you're so mad that we live in a world that should be operating based off facts that I'm supposed to coddle to you and be like, oh, it's free speech, it's censorship, XYZ, when you're just wrong and uneducated and you could be educated.
What did we talk about last night? We talked about last night how, and black people, I know this is going to be a hard one, especially for our communities, right? And all the conspiracy theorists, it's not just black people, but all, I fuck with y'all, so there it is. We just talked about when I had a 4-hour conversation with my parents as COVID was like arising. And niggas was saying, oh, from the Wuhan, China, they got the cell towers in the 5G. In the 5G, you gonna turn to a zombie. It's been 5 years I ain't fell out yet to that vaccine, nigga. When are we gonna like actually be like, Like, fuck.
No, but and what that does is we talk
If
about
we
it.
still holding on
You
to
think
it.
you telling me
I
will
think my
never-
hand changed right now.
Bro, I had a
turn to a
bro,
zombie.
my own fuck that nigga. I'm out in him.
Fuck
My
that,
my brother lost his job because he didn't want to get a vaccine.
Jesus fucking.
Gang,
That's
what?
insane.
Do you know what that does, bro? That
I got my 2 vaccine shots. I still got COVID because no, it doesn't mean you will never get fucking COVID. It's a better chance at not getting it, and you'll have less symptoms.
Exactly.
I still got COVID like 3 times from my family members that didn't get the vaccine, mind you. I never got COVID like straight up. It was all from the people in my house.
Yep.
I still got COVID, and I made it out, and we still use our 5G phones today. Fuck are we talking?
Like, you're not zombies.
No, it annoys
Like,
me
come on,
because
bro.
it's like, and I get it.
Bullshitting.
There's a lot of hesitancy. There's a lot of ways to fall into this conspiratorial like rabbit hole. But the shit that pisses me off is that like y'all will put so much. This when you know you have an agenda. When you push so hard on certain things that you want to believe, that you only accept that evidence, you don't accept all the evidence to the contrary. Human beings are not designed to know exactly what the fuck happens to your body when you become sick. I don't know whether or not I got sick because I was around 15 niggas yesterday or because you coughed and I picked up something the other day.
Right.
So there's no way in hell you can see someone get a shot and immediately determine that's what caused it. You have no way of knowing that. You literally have no way of knowing that. But you take but if something negative happens to someone around you, you immediately take that as a form of evidence, right? But you ignore the millions of
Literally
instances of everyone getting this and being justified.
There's niggas that dedicate their fucking lives to depicting if this fucking chair is blue. And you have a nigga that has never seen this chair will look you dead in your face and be like, nah, all chairs are red. What the fuck are we going
Here's the thing that pisses me off too, right? With all these conspiracy theorists and shit like that, like you were talking about. What happens? I really want to know. What happens in their brain when the shit that they say that's going to happen does not happen?
Nothing. New explanation.
What the fuck happened?
Nothing. New
What happens when we take all the flat earthers up to the satellite
It was
and
fake.
show these niggas
fake.
these circle earth?
You want to know what's funny? They did that. They took,
they
took
did. You told me
they
that.
took a
You
bunch
told
of
me that.
flat earthers to Antarctica, and they were like, the sun's gonna stay up for 24 hours because it doesn't set in Antarctica.
Right.
They were like, I don't think it's a 24-hour sun. They got there, they saw it, they're like, yeah, it was like a 24-hour sun. Some of them were like, yeah. Some of them were like,
what
yeah.
goes on?
Some of them were like, yeah, damn. The other niggas went back, they were like, see, they actually faked this footage when they went there because nigga, there's nothing I can do.
You know what that does, bro? It removes like the actual problem, bro. Like you can't help people at all, bro.
And it's so fucking funny because people have made a lot. People have made livelihoods off of literally like defending these positions, being like, well, it's your free speech to have it, but niggas are getting black bagged and y'all are sitting up. And you wanna know how fucking stupid it is? The policy that y'all support not only gets rid of like the First Amendment and takes a massive chunk out of it, it's also just dumb on its face, because now as a product of their hatred for brown people, for black people, for all the shit that they try to masquerade behind the free speech or whatever, they have convinced you that they're doing all of us a favor, and as a result, your kids are going to be the one feeling the brunt of it.
Exactly.
Your society, people around you, the people that you love are going to feel the brunt of it, and when I say your kids, I mean literally.
Yeah.
These niggas in Florida, after getting so many like undocumented migrants and trying to like crack down on all that shit, have realized that their workforce is lacking a little bit.
Whoop-de fucking do. Like, what, bro? How?
The fucking dude.
They realize
Florida has so
We take the people that are working. We may lose workers. Huh?
They've taken so many undocumented people who are just working, trying to make sure that your fucking oranges get to you on time and in good quality, that they are passing laws to bring back child fucking labor.
God, bro.
Actually.
That's
They're
insane.
actually doing it. Look it up.
There is a law that's like in committee right now in Florida, and they're saying it will permit unlimited working hours without breaks. Unlimited working hours without breaks for 14 and 15-year-olds who are schooled at home or online, and will allow employers to require 16 and 17-year-olds to work more than 6 days in a row. They're giving full-time hours to these children who are not in high school because they realize that they arrested all of their workforce.
Bro, how dumb, like, it hurts my brain. Bro, you get rid of everybody that does the shit that no American wants to do.
God.
And now Man, we ain't got nobody now.
But I thought they were stealing our jobs.
You're not only racist these people, you're treating
Say it again.
people
Hold on,
like
wait.
shit.
Say it again.
I thought they were stealing our jobs.
The jobs that are so fucking being done by Americans that they're getting the kids to do it.
Nobody
you
wants
gonna say.
to do the shit.
Insane.
Nobody wants to do
But,
this shit. Especially
fuck,
not you rich ass white people.
Nigga.
Right.
Nigga.
You rich white people don't want to go pick the
And it's
strawberries.
so funny,
shit.
and that's what I was gonna say.
You don't wanna do that.
That's what I was gonna say. If you put a bow on it, think about "Make America Great Again." It's trying to return to some time period in which America was great. You know what time period they want to go to? The one where we didn't have child labor laws.
1928.
1921. You know what
hilarious?
niggas was doing in
You know what's
1921? Ducking the KKK is what we were
You know
doing.
what's hilarious?
Kanye.
You know what's hilarious? When we said this shit though, 10 years ago, damn near, when we said "Make America Great Again," hell nah, these niggas trying to make us back in chains. It was, y'all are too like into no slavery's over. Child labor law.
They
You're treating
invoked
these people not only like shit, you're being racist. And they're still working, mind you. You're not paying them anything.
As
And
if-
then the last straw is like, you know what? Let's deport these.
They
niggas.
told y'all. They told y'all.
like, damn, we ain't got no workers.
They told them. They told all of us that those workers are actually the reason why you don't got a house, are actually the reason why you're poor, are actually the reason why they outbidding you on your $400,000 crib.
The niggas picking strawberries is
they
outbidding
told you that.
the computer scientists.
They told you that.
Insane,
Mind you,
bro.
disregard the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, deporting people, and then also your children are going back to the field. This sounds like we're in 1925 and not 2025. And it's exactly what the fuck we told y'all was gonna happen while fucking Aiden Ross is there clapping his hands with a many men.
being a puppet.
Shut. Ooh, oh my God. Yep. And that's where we're at.
And that's where we're at.
That's where we're at.
And that's where the jam comes in. We will lead us to victory.
Oh my goodness, it's scary out here, but that
crazy,
shows you
man.
the point being that like all of this shit has been set up and orchestrated by these right-wing media figures, and now I see Joe Rogan. You know, it's probably a bad thing that we're gonna get people caught up in the deportation. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I could have told you that. I did tell you that. We all
before
told
you had
that
fucking Mel Gibson on that bitch.
before you had anybody there.
Trying
Dick
to tell you,
suck
bro,
Trump, Dick
a
suck
lot
Elon, and then
of these
endorsed them.
big famous people, bro, they don't care, bro.
Yeah.
They care about
give a
the
fuck.
tax breaks.
They
and
don't
shit,
give a
and then
let
they sell
me
you
tell
a
you,
fucking.
They
like, come
don't
on, bro.
give a shit about you.
And that's both sides.
all.
We mentioned that last episode. That's both sides. Even when you have the LeBrons and the everybody coming out when it's election season. Oh, let's vote blue. They don't give a fuck either. It's not affecting them. They don't give a fuck. The same way y'all,
They're under the
motherfuckers
delusion
gotta
that
get
it
out
won't
and vote.
affect them.
They got to get out and vote.
Yeah.
We got to get out and vote. True,
Yep.
yeah, because they have money. Because it's going to affect you.
Yeah.
It's going to affect the LeBrons and them. But that's why niggas got to get out and vote. That's why niggas got to get out and actually address these things and learn about these things before we get to this fucking point.
And ask questions, my nigga. Like, don't just hear some bullshit and okay, yeah, that sounds right. No.
Yep.
Ask
And I
the
think
question.
the fucked up thing is because it's like all these like celebrities that are like have these hidden incentives, of course, tax breaks, and it's like they can push it to like the masses to be like support this nigga just to get your own shit. And
the
it's
way
like,
Please
that
be
they do
your
that-
own person.
And the way that they do that is they drive divisions between all different demographics of
Exactly.
people. They got you looking at your neighbor who you don't even know if they're undocumented or not, but they just chilling, working, minding their business. And they got you looking at that. And as a product of you being like, yeah, get them out of here, Jimmy now got to go in the fucking coal mine. No, dumbass. That's what we've been telling you. Jesus. But let's get into our final 10. We've talked about a lot today.
Hell yeah.
Before we get into it, like, comment, subscribe. Follow on all platforms, anywhere you listen to podcasts, Spotify, all types of shit. And thank you guys for all the support that y'all been showing
Been crazy.
so far.
W
It's been
About to
crazy.
hit 3K on YouTube.
About to hit
Fucking
3K.
everything.
Yeah.
Hitting
3K this
milestones
week.
all the time. 10K is on the horizon.
Yeah, 10K's on that. Right. Let's get to 10K, man.
Let's get to 10K. Let's see how fast we can get there. Hopefully before the 10th episode. That would be something
That'd be
crazy.
crazy.
That'd be
something-
hard.
No, that'd be insane.
But in our final 10, we're going to respond to some of y'all comments that y'all left with the Jam Talks. I don't have my comment queued up. I was actually fucking trying to find it right now. So y'all can begin with the comments. We agreed to try to get one comment from each platform. So you can read what platform it's from too.
Yeah, I'm gonna run through it, but I really appreciate this comment. I have the magic. This is on Spotify. He was like, I don't know if y'all reply or read comments from Spotify. Yes.
Yes, we do.
I've been having conversations with people recently about this, and I wanted to know how you guys feel about cringe culture and need to be nonchalant and this bullshit of acting like caring and stuff. I'm a passionate person about everything, and I'm a try hard in everything I try, and I hate to see people, specifically teens and young adults, hold themselves back in favor of nonchalance. I think, like, first of all, I think this episode, like, is that, right? Second of all, I think the way sometimes I come off is, I know these niggas be like, yo, this nigga's mad's losing it, because I be getting so into it, but that's genuinely how I be feeling and how I be trying to, like, push even, like, the teens in my chat. Bro, it's cool to care about things.
Exactly.
Bro.
I will say,
you can't just be
don't be
chill
a fucking
nigga all the
shit.
time.
Yeah.
Girls
Just
don't
be
like
yourself.
that. Fucking co-workers and communities don't like that. Dude, be yourself.
Who read that comment?
Who
read that comment?
I have the magic.
And I will say, right, that's one of the hardest things, at least as a man, that I've, like, encountered, is the fact that, like, I get called, like, nonchalant because I'll be in the background not talking sometimes because I'm not as social, but, like, I'm very chalant because I actually give a fuck about stuff. And it pisses me off that men are kind of shoehorned into this box where if you look like you care about a thing, that's like one of the dumbest instances of, like, toxic masculinity that exists. And it's so annoying because I understand it can be very, like it can be, there's a lot of social pressure as a man to, like, not look like a particular way, but Jesus, do what you want.
There's a huge difference.
Do you know what's happening outside? Do what you want to do.
Exactly.
There's a huge difference with being chalant and completely losing your shit.
Yeah.
So, like, bro,
no one's telling you have to be out of control.
Yeah, bro, you can express yourself, bro.
Express yourself,
it's not
bro.
that.
Express yourself. There's no
Thank you for
point
that comment.
There's no point in holding that shit.
That's amazing.
in.
W.
Really, bro.
W.
Okay, so I got a comment from YouTube. I'ma try. I don't even know if I can pronounce this shit. Try to help me with this.
Were you doing TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta do this.
Amunan Cage.
Taj.
Appreciate
Shout
that.
out and fuck
Shout out
with your
you.
name. Yeah. So he said, love the content as always. Appreciate you, bro. Fellas. And shout out from a fan in Chicago. Shit.
Shout out,
shit,
Chicago.
W, shout out.
My personal question is, how do y'all address how do y'all address the subject of fashion and getting into it, not just clothing, but challenging gender norms in general as men when it comes to the people around you? Would love to see y'all takes on this. Hashtag JaamTalks.
W.
That's
I think
a great.
You damn near addressed that.
Yeah,
You damn
damn near did. And I think
but-
how it becomes more normal, and I don't think a lot of people realize it, even though I've been shitting on celebrities this whole time. I think celebrities make a lot of trends and a lot of shit normal in a sense of, like, they push kind of like the culture. So, like, having more celebrities and accepting them of challenging more gender norms, I think it'd be more acceptable for more people. Yeah.
Bang out. Yeah.
And just keep an open mind to the shit.
We gotta keep an open mind.
The real
A lot of this shit is open mind. A lot of this shit is literally just like, stop boxing yourself in. Stop
Literally.
boxing yourself in everything, and being nonchalant and being chalant and being fucking like in fashion, in politics. Stop boxing yourself in. You don't have to be in a box. You don't have to be who sometimes your environment or society can, like, tell you you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Maybe do you got yours?
Hell no.
Okay, well, I got mine. There was one that I was gonna read. I was supposed to do YouTube, so I had to last minute go and find Instagram. It does not have a hashtag JaamTalks.
Yeah, I don't see any JaamTalks on TikTok. So
Yeah,
make sure y'all hit the JaamTalks on the TikTok.
do
too.
that.
Yes, sir. Please.
Remember to leave the hashtag when you leave a comment. But I did want to address one comment that I actually did respond to in already, but I wanted to, like, bring it here as well. Someone commented under the Kanye video where they were like, actually, you're too young to speak on anything. Kanye, digress and regroup. You cannot speaking.
I talked about this nigga
You cannot
yesterday.
speaking.
You cannot speaking for everybody on Kanye. The things Kanye has accomplished before 50, some people will not accomplish in 2 lifetimes.
I think we both responded
do not,
to that.
do not rest your unsettling on Kanye. He's a visionary and sees the world differently than most. I don't like the fact that, like, sexualized stuff get, like, brought up a lot in men culture, but also, please zip up your pants when you're done.
Jesus Christ.
That's
Get the balls,
Lord,
too.
bro.
You are
Fuck.
you are gargling, bro. That's insane. And the thing about it is, right, forget the fucking young comment, 'cause I've been hearing that shit since I started making videos. There is, again, it's that pedestal that you talked about earlier. You are telling me that Kanye is a visionary, XYZ. That nigga could have cured cancer. I don't give a fuck in relation to what you're saying about demographics of people and you having a KKK robe on. There is nothing you can tell me. And that's not because you just can't see the world the way that he sees. No, it's because I have a book I can open up right now that tells you how they lynched black congressmen for having the audacity to exist and get elected. and win a race.
They teach this
Niggas
shit
think
in
they
school.
so,
Nah.
bro.
Niggas
Nothing
got-
that you're gonna
They
tell
teach
me
this
is gonna
shit
put
in
no
school.
spin on it.
Everyone
Trying to be
knows this, bro.
different.
That's that
Right.
same nice shit, shit. Niggas think they so different. You're not fucking different. You're dumb. You're dumb.
You're trying to
There's
be
no
deep.
hidden
Period.
symbols.
You're trying
No.
to be deep. You're trying.
Yeah, you're trying to.
They profited off of bump.
And
So what? You want to
and
do?
he
And you're
got a lot of-
perpetuating.
You got a lot of money in it. Nigga,
Oh.
you've never seen $1 from Kanye.
Nigga, stop
Hey,
trying
guys.
to stop trying to
Hey,
attach.
guys, money does not equal intelligence.
Hell
Case in
no.
point, Elon Musk
Hell
and Donald fucking Trump. Elon Musk got exposed on a call with other people in the company that he bought because he knows nothing about that company.
Nope.
Elon Musk has never been a visionary that's contributed anything to society that got him money.
Nope.
What he did was he came from a wealthy family.
Yep.
He made an investment, got PayPal, flipped the money from that, got Tesla, and then put his name on one patent.
Yeah.
That was it.
And mind you, that one patent hasn't came out.
Please stop
Insane.
it.
Half the
Stop
shit Elon
putting-
Musk has tried to do has not came out,
Yes.
has been defective, has been bullshit and horrible quality.
I'm sure I'd be a genius billionaire too if my family owned emerald mines in apartheid South Africa. Shut your dumb ass up.
Please,
the meritocracy is
Please, bro. Nigga work at Waffle House saying shit like that, bro.
Right.
Come on, bro.
They can't even find his left sock and shit. talking
Also,
shit
you're
like that.
demeaning yourself.
Yeah, like
I couldn't possibly comment on this because I haven't seen the show.
Like, nigga,
You're
like, stop
nigga,
it.
stop.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Please.
Come on. Everybody.
Next comment. Shout out JaamTalks.
Okay, so I had to grab one from Instagram, not Instagram, YouTube.
Okay.
So it says, it sounds like y'all watch anime. So what's y'all thought on how the recent episode of have y'all seen Solo Leveling?
I've not
Yeah, I've
Solo
seen it.
Leveling.
Just not caught up all the way.
You got to
Okay.
take.
Solo Leveling censored the part of the manhwa that talks about media censorship and made the Japanese government seem more competent than they were.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They censored like
They
a part of that
censored that
out?
part?
I guess so.
Damn.
I didn't see it. I will see it.
I've never
because
seen Solo Leveling.
I'm gonna eventually watch it, but
yeah, I'll probably watch it.
I've watched like 6 episodes, and everybody's I hear it's like, oh my god, this shit is amazing. Which it started amazing. I can confidently say it's some bullshit. The reason, okay, this is the only reason why I don't like Solo Leveling, right? I'm not hating on it. The reason why I don't like it though is the pacing. My nigga, in between episode 3 and 4. This nigga was I promise you, he was a 5'2" man that was hitting D rank dungeons. If you don't understand what I'm saying, don't even try to follow along.
Yeah.
The nigga was in D rank dungeons. He was a 5'2" man. By the end of episode 3, this nigga was 6'1" in A rank. I swear to because the whole point of Solo Leveling is that like he almost dies and then he gets into this like game where he's like it's like a gag show. He's doing push-ups and shit and it makes him more powerful. Within one episode, this nigga went from being a shit nigga to like Goku. No, I don't fuck with that. And I feel like they could have done better with the pacing. I could feel like if they would have paced it out better, done more to the storyline, Solo Leveling would be like top 5. I think it's really good. It is really good.
It's a
really
cool show. I think
but
it has its
pacing
purposes
is
for
dog
that.
shit.
I think
it's just that gag show shit. I hate the gag show shit. Like One Punch Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I will
Give
say,
him a good one to watch.
I will
Al.
say
give
that-
him a good one.
what
What's
a good anime. Shit, Attack on Titan. Nigga.
if you haven't seen Attack on Titan,
Shit,
you're
bro.
missing out.
I'm missing out completely. I haven't seen a
We're
single
filming
episode.
I'm gonna drop
Yes.
it because now we have to do it. We're
Yes,
filming
we
a
have
reaction
to.
series to that show because I need to get your reaction to that. But on the broader point of like that being, it's kind of like reminiscent of the American government, you know, censoring certain shit, like letting stuff slip in there that'll probably like cover up shit. I think that they've done that through different animes and different like
they
shows. They even have certain stuff like depending on custom, where like in China, like if you watch Attack on Titan, the Titans got clothes on and shit because they can't do nudity. Yeah. So it's like
Meanwhile, Speed out here.
Yeah,
oh my god, a car.
You see a lot of anime and shit.
yeah, you see a lot of that shit
this
like
nigga
follow
Steve.
through.
And then
that.
he also says it could also set
Fuck.
He said it could also set a precedent.
Precedent.
You can also set the president.
This is why you need to read, chits. This is why look, if a nigga asks me to popcorn read right now, I'm cooked. It's over with. It could also set the
That's fuck. The precedent and cheers.
I wasn't even gonna call out the kids. Nigga, fuck.
All right, continue.
okay. It could also set a precedent of the changing parts of. Okay, see, look.
I'm not even trying to.
Hey, shout out to Jeremiah Green, 1844.
Thank you you guys for tuning in to another episode of The Jam.
Bro, shout out to Jam, man.
Here's the comment.
Okay.
You could also set a precedent of changing parts of a less mainstream form of media, not so the story can flow better, but so it could put their government, culture, religion, and or company in a better light. Okay. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Exactly what
Yeah,
they're doing.
that's true. And Solo 11,
That's literally the shit that's
literally, Solo 11 isn't like the main example of like a whole bunch of anime censoring themselves because they don't want to make companies look bad or just their overall country look bad.
Yeah.
But that's not really the only example.
That's one of those. That's one of those instances where it's unfortunate to see it in media, but like, it varies depending on culture. You'll see that
Genuinely.
But
Shout out to Jeremiah.
Shout out to Jeremiah. Thank you for
And
that
shout out
comment, bro.
every single one of you
Bro.
for tuning into another episode of The Jam. Again, like,
Appreciate y'all,
subscribe,
man.
share. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, we are gonna be there. Thank you guys for all the love, all the
Bro,
support.
hope y'all enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, hope y'all
Appreciate
enjoyed
y'all
it.
for everything, nigga. This shit has been crazy.
shit's
It's been a month.
It's been
Jam
a month.
fam.
So much
Yeah,
that
it's
has
been a
happened in the
month.
last couple
Nice.
days,
It's been a month.
man.
It's
been
crazy.
a month. That's
Crazy as hell.
But yeah, thank you guys for everything. Have an awesome day or night wherever you are. And peace.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this long. If you haven't already, fucking subscribe. What is you doing?
What is you doing?
What is you doing? You think we just sitting here doing this shit for nothing?
You think you're gonna just sit here and not do
Need
shit?
to
Like
eat.
and share this shit.
Click that fuck. I know you're not subscribed. Click it.